is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions, from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Morning, boys and girls. Yes, we are back in studio in effect. I love it. Back home, I had a great time out in Daytona. Flagler Beach, actually. Let me make sure we mention it. Flagler Beach. We had a great time at Flagler Beach, which it was my debut in Flagler Beach, and never knew about Flagler Beach. That's a nice little place, man. That is a sweet little place. How Florida used to be, baby, right on the coast. It is really, really nice. So that was a lot of fun. Scott and Paul just rolled out the red carpet for us. I can't say enough on behalf of Sean and myself. It was just an absolute great trip, and we had a great time, and we look forward to going back. We're going to be going back to Flagler Beach a couple times a year now, and hopefully for different kinds of events and everything. So that'll be good. And remember, if your business wants to join our family and become a part of our platform and help our platform grow and reach a ton of people as we continue to build it up, you of course are more than welcome to reach out to us. We do have a business line which you can reach out to us, and it's really simple. All you got to do is dial 786-754-4664. Not a request line, not anything, not an interview line or anything. That's only business. Okay. So if your business wants to be a part and wants to join us in sponsoring our platform, 786-754-4664. I had a couple of people reach out. You can also reach out on our email at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com, and also on the Twitter DM and all that. You can also reach out there. But the business number, just in case, because I had folks wanted to inquire, 786-754 4664. That's our business number if you want to do business with us and help us grow and help your business grow too at the same time, reaching a lot of people. So we had a good time. We are back in the mix. We'll be at Hialeah Park on Thursday. We'll be at KSDT CPA's offices on Friday. You can't visit us there, okay? But at Hialeah Park, I encourage it, man. Second floor. Let's go. Let's get it going, man. Let's get it going. Come on out there. You know, if you guys start coming out to Hialeah Park on Thursdays and we start making it a thing, I promise you I'm going to have giveaways. All kinds of giveaways. But you got to start making it a thing, you know what I mean? And plenty of food there, plenty of drink, lovely ladies serving you drinks. You got the poker room right next to you, like literally right next to you, because we're right inside the poker room. So you can play a little poker too, listen to the show, hang out with us. So it's cool. So if you got an opportunity, please join us out at Hialeah Park every Thursday at 10 a.m. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? Last night, Warriors defeated the Celtics 104-94. By the way, Sean, we hit it again on our liquor split matchup of the night. We've hit 2 in a row now here in our liquor split matchup of the night. We told you to lay the 3.5 last night, and they won by 10. I was kind of telling you, did I tell you that I think he's going to get support last night? Klay Thompson came up with 21 points. He got in a groove. Wiggins was just absolutely, his defense has been fantastic. When I look at Wiggins, I see a guy that if Heat coaching got him, he might even be a better player than he is right now, because he has grown, man. He has grown. It's taken a little while for him, obviously, because his stop in Minnesota was probably something that it probably didn't help him nearly as much. When you go to a good organization like Golden State, you're going to have an opportunity to grow there. You come to Miami, certain places, they're going to be able to develop you. But, man, Wiggins is one of those guys. The way he plays defense, it's the outside shot's the one that, you got to kind of still get a little more consistency out of it. But still, man, he is a really good player, and that is an interesting cat. Poole chimed in with 14 points. Draymond Green had a really good game yesterday also for the Warriors, and Gary Payton's kid too. How about that? He was in the storyline early on talking about how he's bounced around, and they showed all the jerseys. And, those are the kind of people that I admire. It's when you're gifted and you make it to a certain level, hey, you deserve all the praise in the world. But the people that are not as gifted, but yet have to kind of work their way up to get there, that's one of the things you admire about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, if I'm correct, I think was a second-round pick. So we're talking about a kid that was looked at as purely a defensive player, very limited offensively, and he has worked on his offensive game to become a good player offensively and to become a superstar. Because his defense, his overall game, his assists, everything that he does is at an elite level. He might not be an elite scorer, but he can still score in bunches because he can attack the rim, and he has earned every bit of what he is. And in a way, that's what I love about Gary Payton II is that here's a kid that has been told no and no and no and no and no and continues to fight the fight. And look where he is now. He's one win away from wearing a ring and being a part of this team and helping and helping this team out, which is the key point out of all of this is that he is a factor for this team and helping them out. I love adversity because it really shows the true colors of a human being if they're able. This is the reason why I call Kaepernick a coward, why he's a quitter, why he's a con artist. And he's fooled plenty of people with his bullshit because that's all he wanted to be, was a poster child and take his money from Nike. He doesn't really want to be a quarterback. Dude, when you want to be a quarterback, when you want to be a singer, when you want to be a painter, when you want to be a manager, when you want to be what you want to be, you will do whatever it takes to be what you want to be. Okay? And he easily could have gone to the CFL, but he quit. That's all, because he wanted the easy way out and play this PR bullshit game that he plays with the NFL, and the NFL ain't having any of it. But he, if he really believed in himself like Gary Payton II does, he would have gone to the CFL, he would have balled out, and he would have forced the NFL. Hell, he's forced the NFL to give him 2 workouts. Imagine if you actually ball out in the CFL. So Gary Payton II is a guy I admire. Colin Kaepernick is not a person that I admire at all. So nice job by him. Tatum did play well, 27 points. Smart had 20. Brown had 18. How about Steph Curry's 233-game 3-point streak coming to an end? The man was 0 for 9 yesterday. But that was the beauty of yesterday's game, is that Steph was not the MVP Steph that we've watched throughout the series. He's been the best player on the damn court every single night. Last night he struggled. Now, struggling for Steph, he was 7 of 22, 0 for 9, still had 16 points, and he had 8 assists. So it wasn't like he was terrible, but by Steph's standards, he's terrible. You know what I mean? Some guys, 7 of 22, but I had 8 assists, 16 points. I did all right, not great. For Steph, that's like terrible. But again, you got contributions from everyone else. And that's kind of what I felt was going to happen last night, that you got home, and you cannot win a championship if you keep up giving home games like the Heat did. So they said they're a championship caliber team. And they said, no, it's over. We're not giving up another home game. And that's exactly what they did. And they went out there, and the supporting cast supported Steph on an off night. And that's the beauty of a team game, that your teammates can bail you out. By the way, Draymond Green, that was huge for him, because he was like in the abyss the last couple of games, and with all the controversy and everything, and he looked discombobulated in the last game. And yesterday, he looked like he was more in a groove. That fake pass, and when he went down to the middle of the lane and he dunked, that was one of those energizer type plays, not just for him and his confidence, but everybody else around him. And it kind of eases the situation. And it kind of takes away from what's happened the last couple of games with him. And so now you wonder, how much will this help Draymond moving forward, because he's such a key piece. Yesterday, again, the numbers aren't like glaring, but it's all across the board, so it becomes solid. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, but he did pick up the 6 personal fouls and fouled out. But he filled up the stat line, and that's who he is. Defend, fill up the stat line, and that's Draymond Green's game. So that was the other thing that happened last night. That did you wake up Draymond Green? So their glue guy now all of a sudden got the wake-up call. And Klay Thompson, by the way, got himself in a nice little groove from 3-point range. That was needed also, because you could tell Klay is not Klay Thompson yet. I hope by next year, with more playing time and everything, he gets back to being the Klay Thompson that he used to be, because it's fun for us as basketball fans. I don't give a crap about the Warriors, but I'm a basketball fan. I don't want to see injuries. I don't want to see Klay Thompson suffer another injury again for the rest of his career. I hope he has an incredibly healthy career from here on out, and I get to see him be Klay Thompson, because it's fun to watch, those two guys play. And I think next year we'll see more of Klay, but last night was huge. Last night was huge in allowing him to get in a groove and get that confidence going, man. I liked it a lot yesterday for Klay. 5 of 11 from three-point range. He added 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals in the game. Good stuff. Wiggins was just awesome. Awesome. So, as you all know, it's like 80-something% or something who wins game 5 usually wins the series. We shall find out. We've got 2 games left. I don't think we'd all be shocked if game 7 is, going on. What is it? Sunday, I think it is, right? Thursday is game 6. God, 2 days in between, man. Although they are going from, San Francisco to Boston, so it is quite a trip, man. But wow, it's crazy stuff. But good job by them overall. That was fun last night. I really enjoyed watching that game and admire a lot of the adversities and things that go on in it. It's a great storyline. Did you see the story about Klay Thompson's lookalike? No, I did not. Fireman bringing the fire. Let's see. What else do we have? Morning, Big O. I lost respect for him as a player and a human when last game he played against the Finns, he came out saying that, I mean, listen, everything about Kaepernick is a contradiction. So we've talked about it. You can't be about, social social injustice and the abuse that the black community has taken versus cops, which we all know. Okay, there's a problem. We all know that. But then you wear a Castro shirt. It's just like, you're just an ignorant idiot. That's all. You're just so uneducated. You're not the right person to be leading these kind of causes. And that's the problem with some of this stuff that goes on in when there's a crossover and it's an entertainer, an athlete, or whatever. You have to be very careful because most of them may not be prepared to represent these kind of fights or understand it, because there's abuse going on everywhere, in North Korea, in Cuba, in Russia, in China. It's not just the black community. It's gays. It's Hasidic Jews. It's, there's all kinds of people in all kinds of walks of life that are suffering right now. And if you're going to fight about injustice, then you fight about injustice for all. That's how you do it. And if you're going to fight about if you're in the gay community and you're fighting about the inequalities of the LGBT community, you better be educated on what's going on in the Asian community, what's going on in the black community, what's going on. You get what I'm saying? You have to have understanding and knowledge that others are suffering too. So you have to have compassion and understanding. And that's where Kaepernick lost a lot of people, because you're just an ignorant fool, dude. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. And so it's kind of like what we do when Democrats get all, or Republicans get all bent out of shape. And I tell you, it's about Americans. I don't care about either side. It's about human beings. It's about protecting our kids. It's about protecting the LGBT community. It's about protecting the black community. It's about protecting women from sexual assault, from abuse, from unfair treatment, from unfair labor practices. Have an understanding that there's a lot of people that are suffering. And when you wear that shirt, that you lost me right there. You lost me. You're an uneducated moron. Get the F out of my face. That's basically what I say to Cap. Get out of my face, coward. Because you don't know anything. You're too uneducated to lead this charge. Okay? Use somebody educated to lead the charge. That's why he's a poster child. That's why he stays behind the scenes. Because he's too effing stupid to be talking and representing this entire thing. Let's just be honest. Let's just say what really goes on. That's the problem in this world. Too much PC bullshit that goes on. So Kaepernick is unfit to lead any kind of political chase for anything or representation for anything. That's why he should be in the background. That's why he should shut up, because he's uneducated and doesn't know jack shit. We clear on that? Anyway, what else do we have going on? Big O, just a question. Don't rip me. Do you think Dragic will have his jersey retired by the Heat? No. Why would you? He made a bigger impact than Hardaway. No, he didn't. He's not a better player than Hardaway. Yeah, no. You might want to stop already, bro. What else do we have on the show here? All right. Omar says Tyreek said he made whatever. Dougie Fresh is in. Good morning, you all. Yeah, Rosendo, good morning, Big O. Happy Nation. Happy Flag Day. Today is a day our flag honors those who have fought to protect it and is a reminder of the sacrifice of our nation's founders and heroes. God bless the USA. I am with you there. No doubt about that. Anthony Chang will join us at 10:30 today. Manny Navarro will stop by at 11:30. Omar Kelly at 12:15. And George Richards will stop by at 1 o'clock. So we've got all of that going on. As always, I got a bunch of things. Again, I am overloaded with stories. Yesterday, I think I left like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different things, 14 different things that I didn't talk about yesterday on the show. And today I'm overloaded again with so many things to talk about in sports. By the way, we have 2 more lawsuits for Deshaun Watson. 26 are about to be filed for Deshaun Watson now. Yes, sir. That is about as crazy as it gets. The Cleveland Browns can't get out of this. They cannot get out of this. They can't. There are guarantees in that contract. They've given up all the draft picks. They're not going to get the draft picks back. Okay, that's not going to end up happening. So now you've got 26 lawsuits that you're going to have to deal with now. And again, here's the part that I don't know. Will they be able to also now file criminal charges against him in these new lawsuits because they weren't part of the original one that the other 2 that the grand jury did, returned for no investigation. And here's the other thing here's a point that I don't know if it's true or not, but it could be. This could be very true. Okay, when somebody is sexually assaulted, man, woman, child, there's a lot of times that they most of the time, they stay quiet about this. And they live with the demon, and it just rolls in their head their entire time. They don't get any kind of justice for it. They're too ashamed to admit it. They are too ashamed to go through the embarrassment of the public, perception of it, whatever that comes with it. So most of them hide in the background. That's what usually happens to most folks that are sexually offended, okay, in whatever form. Just most of the time, it just doesn't come to light. And think about this, okay? So maybe now that these women have stayed strong in all of this, have turned down money and everything, maybe some of the ones that were afraid to come forward are the ones that are now coming forward also. I'm not telling you that the other 24 weren't sexually assaulted. I don't know. Something happened. Listen, if you ask me my opinion, there's no doubt he sexually assaulted some of these women. There's no doubt in my mind. But here's the thing now. It takes a lot of courage for somebody who has suffered like that to come forward. And you just wonder now that people are really going after Deshaun. They're really going after the Browns in the NFL after the way they've handled all of this. You just wonder if these new women are women that are picking up the courage to come forward. And here's the thing. If Jenny Ventress is right, and she's an outstanding reporter, okay? If Jenny Ventress's facts are correct, which I'm sure they are, hell, there might be even more women than what's on that number. Then what if there is a video? What if there is some audio? What if there is some texts that are incriminating? That's the question. Because that person that's afraid to come forward may finally pick up the courage and the evidence and come forward. And then it really becomes a situation that he's going to have to worry about a lot more than just playing time. Let's just put it that way. So now it's up to 26 that are going to get filed against Deshaun Watson. That, my friends, I am so happy. On Monday, Tony Busby says he's in the process of filing 2 more lawsuits against the embattled NFL star, bringing it to 26. Much like the other lawsuits, the new ones will claim the QB attorney, Tony Busby, is in the process of filing it. Where is it right here? With each additional lawsuit, the litigation continues to reach DEFCON 1. Deshaun Watson is caught in a West Texas hailstorm. He can't run. He can't hide. He can't make it stop. Watson has been accused by massage therapists of harassing, assaulting, and touching them during appointments when he was with the Texans. So we will find out if how far this stuff will go. And how many more people are going to come forward? I mean, did he try it on everybody? Probably, right? It's a sick story, man. And I have been steadfast and consistent on this from the get-go. Never wanted him for the Miami Dolphins. Never wanted any part of that guy to be with the Miami Dolphins. Okay? Never. I don't care about I don't want to win at that cost. Okay? I don't want my favorite team. Dude, I've been suffering for over 40 years, right? Waiting for another championship. The last time we won, I was a child. I was 8 years old in the last championship. So I want a championship badly. Trust me. I was so young, I didn't really enjoy it. But no, not this way, dude. No. Not with that guy. And I've been incredibly consistent with that. Never been for trading for this guy. Now, listen, I've been steadfast behind Tua as it is. You know, I've already we've talked about this 1,000 times. Tua has never been the problem on this team. It's all the garbage that's around him, which I think they cleaned it up finally. So we're going to find out. But anybody, for those of you that wanted, I know that we got 169 are right now on the chat board. Come on, how many of you admit that you wanted Watson? There's a bunch of you out there. There's a bunch of you out there that wanted Watson. Will you admit now That would have been a disgusting mistake. Not just a mistake, a disgusting mistake. Because look at the hell that Miami would have been put through for that stupid decision. So, really, man, I am incredibly happy that it did not happen. I got to tell you. By the way, the Sloman Shield, yes, sir. We love Alarmo. Alarmo protects us every day, protects my family, protects my dogs. I love being able to get on my mobile phone, right, when I leave the house, and I can check on my dogs. It is a comfort. Of course, you want to protect your home and your family and all of that. But when you leave the house, if you do have dogs, hey, I got some dogs patrolling the house. I got these two big ass dogs, but I got to also watch out that they're not like, tearing up the furniture or whatever. So I can, chime in and, hey, calm down there, relax. But also right now, we're going to give away a free doorbell camera. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Whether you have dogs or not, don't worry about that. But the best part about the doorbell camera, it's going to be your best friend. It's going to save you some energy, because sometimes you're sitting there, you're watching, you're into a good movie, a good show. Somebody knocks and you get to the door and it is a complete buzzkill. You had an opportunity there to, you were in a groove watching your show and you had to pause and it was somebody selling something. If you had your Sloman Shield and their doorbell camera, you grab your phone, you look at it, you go, oh, that person's selling something. I'm not interested. That's what I love. When you're getting home and you've got a bunch of things in your arms and you don't want to fiddle around after you open the door and then you got to hit the doorbell, the alarm code, man, you grab your phone as you're pulling in and you turn off the alarm right from your mobile phone. That way, when you walk in, the alarm's not telling you, hey, you got to, hit the code or it's going to go off. There are so many benefits from it. And when you have your Sloman's folks come in, the installers come in, they will explain everything to you. It's really easy to use that keypad. And right now, the first 40 Big O listeners, we're going to give you a free doorbell camera, baby. 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. That doorbell camera connects directly to your smartphone. And with our professional installation, our low-cost central station monitoring, you're going to get you're going to get the free doorbell camera, but you're going to get an LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. Tell them that Big O sent you. 1-800-ALARM-ME. We also have the link right here on our Twitter page. You can on our YouTube page. You can hit it there. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the Sloman's Shield. All right, let's talk a little basketball. We got some juicy stuff to talk with Anthony Chang about. We do that next.
Let's tap into the latest with the Miami Heat and our Liquor Split app Miami Heat reports with insider Anthony Chang. Liquor Split is Miami's own online liquor store. Download, then tap the app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split. Here's Anthony Chang.
All right. Yes, sir. Welcome back. All right, Anthony. You got some explaining to do, Lucy. Did you see what's going on? What's floating around?
What? Tell me.
You don't know?
The photo?
The photo. The photo. The photo. What's up?
Why did I know? Why did I know this is going to be the first thing we spoke about today?
That's right. The photo, Jimmy Butler and Donovan Mitchell. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but it's probably the guy that got the picture and then was able. But Jimmy Butler already recruiting Donovan Mitchell. I like it.
What does Donovan Mitchell's hat say? A better world is coming. Is that what his hat says?
I'm just saying, we looking around and Jimmy's got a full court press. during the season and postseason. Okay. So and off season. During the season, postseason, and off season, which that's a full court press right there in the off season. So fill us in on this picture. What more can you tell us about the recruitment of Donovan Mitchell?
Well, I don't know if he's actively recruiting Donovan Mitchell, but it is a good sign that they're friendly, right? The background of this photo, Big O.
By the way, you really believe that at no point Jimmy told them, "Come on, man, come over here, let's go."
I mean, maybe, it's human nature. Why not? Background of this photo is that guy to the left of them, or our left, is their mutual trainer, Chris Brickley. He was with Jimmy Butler throughout the postseason, traveling with him to Philly, to Boston, getting workouts in with him. He also trains Donovan Mitchell. There were a few other basketball players there. Obviously, whoever his clients are. I know Carmelo. It looked like Carmelo was there. He was in one of the photos. It was his birthday party in New York, and obviously Jimmy and Donovan were there together, sitting next to each other. Jimmy's spending the offseason in New York. It was easy for him to get there. Obviously, this party was in New York. So that's the background of the photo. Okay. And I know it was, it's not a bad thing that Donovan Mitchell and Jimmy are socializing. That's not a bad thing if you're one who wants Donovan Mitchell with the Heat. So
it's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, like I told Ira yesterday, I think there's an 80% chance they make a move for a star now. Because because they have no choice, Anthony. You're not winning the championship with this team. I don't care what anybody they're one shot away. Bullshit. This team is not good enough to win a championship at this point in time because, unless Bam is going to turn into something that we don't know, unless Tyler's going to turn into something we don't know, and, it would help out if Lowry lost about 47 pounds. But overall, I still don't believe they're a championship caliber team, and they have questions too, and PJ and all that. I think Riley knows that he saw that Jimmy needs that other guy, and that other guy does not exist on this team. And if you roll the dice and say, well, Barkov and Huberdeau are going to get it done this year. Well, no, they're not. And now you wasted another year. And they can't do the Barkov, Huberdeau, let's roll the dice over again and let's wait. I think he knows he has to get that son of a bitch next to Jimmy that is like Jimmy, that is a guy that when Jimmy passes it to him, and by the way, that's the other thing. You have the most selfless superstar in the NBA playing for you in Jimmy Butler. Dude, every star is going to want to play next to him now at this point, which, by the way, has changed my tune because, you kind of thought when he got here, he was having trouble with people, you know what I mean? And this whole transformation and this whole thing has been just, awesome. But I just feel like Riley knows, because that's what I feel. And I think Riley sees the same thing, that without another star, this rebuild will never get complete and I'll never be able to finish it off. That's just me.
I think, we've had this conversation before, Big O. I think two things can be true. I think both things can be true. I think Riley sees they need another star, another guy who could lead the offense and take some of the pressure off of Jimmy. I think that's true, right? Another ball handler, another guy who can get his own would help this team a lot. A healthy Tyler Hero would have helped this team a lot, in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I also think they are, and they proved. I know you don't agree with this, but they proved it this year. They're in that group of 6-7 teams that could win a championship. They are. Doesn't mean they have the best team, but they're in that group.
Oh, they're in the neighborhood,
right?
But they're not close on the block. They're not on the block. Okay, they're not. You know what I mean? They're not on the block, and I expect the Celtics to be better next year. That's the other thing, because of the experience they have now and the confidence that they finally broke through. I expect them to be better next year, and I don't think Miami is better than the Celtics right now. As it is, their big three is better than Miami's big three. And that's just a sad truth. And I think that's why he has to go get a star that levels that whole playing field off. I really believe that, man.
Yeah, that's the thing too. And the Heat know this. Nothing is static, right? They finished one shot away from the finals this year. We could be in conversation if the one shot goes in, or if the Heat make 3 more free throws in that game. We could be having a totally different conversation right now. The Heat could be up 3-2 in the finals, or down 3-2, but they'd be close to winning a championship. It'd be totally different right now. So, but nothing is static. Things are going to change next year. Boston's probably going to be better because they're young. Another year with that, this experience of going to the finals together, even if they lose, is going to make them better. Milwaukee, they're missing Chris Middleton in the playoffs. If they're healthy, they're arguably the best team in the East. Brooklyn, they're the wild card, right? I know, Kyrie, you never know what's going to happen, but they still have Kevin Durant. And if they had anybody, or if Kyrie can play most games, if he's available, they're really good too. So the East is not going to be the same, right? The Heat have to find a way to get better. And if that's through adding another star, then maybe that's what it is. It might be through internal improvement. Like we said, it might be marginally where they sign a mid-level free agent that can help them in the off the bench and give them some depth. I mean, we're going to see what route they go. I mean, they can only control so much, right? Like we've talked about, it's going to be based on Donovan Mitchell, one of these guys saying, I want to be traded. So until that happens, it's going to be tough for Miami to go that route. But it's not, like you said, it's definitely possible. We've seen it pretty much every offseason. There's always a star that shakes loose.
Yeah. And Riley has been the god of grabbing that disgruntled star and bringing him here. Nobody has been better in the NBA in the last 25 years.
Sure.
Not 5 years, not 1, not 5, not 10, not 20, but 25 years. Nobody has been better at consistently finding that disgruntled star. And I think he's going to do it again, man. I really feel like he's going to do it again because he's watching these guys last night.
Yeah.
And he's going, I got to do something. By the way, Liquor Split is Miami's liquor store. So you don't have to leave your home. So you got the party going on, or you've got a gathering going on, or you got a business deal going on, and you got some drinks, and now you need some more. Don't get behind the wheel. For $2.99, flat fee, you can order vodka or your wine or your beer or your whiskey or whatever it is that you're drinking. They got one hell of a selection, plus the snacks. $2.99 flat fee. $1 goes to helping homelessness in Miami. Download the app Liquor Split, iOS or Android. There, liquorsplit.com, baby. Download it. All right, so we look at the Kyrie Irving situation also, and people keep mentioning it to me, and I've seen people even tweet it out or whatever that Miami should make a move for Kyrie. Can we just put the kibosh on it? There is no way in hell that Pat Riley would ever want Kyrie Irving on this team, correct?
I mean,
oh God,
in my opinion, I don't think so. I don't.
Hesitated.
I know that in the past, obviously, people have been intrigued by Kyrie. He's very talented. He's a really good offensive player. He can get his own. But after what has transpired over the past 2 years, it's tough because you have to be available, right? And he just hasn't been available enough. He's kind of an enigma, for better or for worse. Like, I think the Heat, I think that would scare off the Heat, in my opinion, especially when they're trying to win right now. This isn't like they're desperate and they need they're not desperate. They have a really good team as is, and they can kind of wait, and they don't have to settle for the first superstar who becomes available. So I would say no. I think it's too risky for Miami for that to be their big move.
Yeah. I think it would be a load of desperation.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, Lowry would, that would not be a good thing with Lowry because he's going to need the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
So that would require Lowry to not have the ball that much and then play off the ball, which is not really what you want him to do because he's not that kind of scorer, actually. So it would also philosophically, it kind of doesn't make sense with the kind of team you have now to put in another ball handler, because Jimmy needs the ball, Kyle needs the ball, and so now it would make no sense.
Yeah. And even Bam has the ball a lot. A lot of the offense also runs to Bam as well.
So what do you think about this whole thing with Riley now in the press conference? Is this the whole? Is this a conversation that Riley and Spohr are going to have about maybe one guy wants him to have a bigger part of the offense and the other guy, I don't know how he's going to handle it or how he wants Bam to play or what he thinks Bam is. Maybe this is what Bam is. Maybe Bam doesn't have the hunger to be, a superstar. I don't know. You tell me how do you read into Riley's comments and how that will translate into the offseason?
I think they want more consistency from Bam when it comes to aggressiveness, right? I mean, even in the Eastern Conference Finals alone, I think there was a game where we had 4 shots, a game where we had 6 shots, a game where we had a career high 22 shots, and in game 7 you had like 19 or 20 shots. It was just like all over the place. They want that consistent 15, 16 shots a game. You know where you're going to get. You know where his points are going to come from. And he just hasn't had that consistency yet. His offensive game, as we've said, is a work in progress, right? But I think Pat is to the point where he's like, okay, this is it. This is your 5th season now or 6th season. I don't even know. I mean, this will be his 3rd or 4th full season as the Heat starting center. They need some consistency on that end, especially if he's going to be the second offensive option next to Jimmy. So I think that's what Pat was saying. I think Bam averaged a career high 13 shots per game in the regular season. Pat wants that number to get up to around 15, he said in the press conference. So it's not that many more, but even just 2 or 3 more shots a game might take him from 18, 19 points a game the average this year to 22, 23, and that's how you get better. So, but in order to do that, it has to become the flow of the offense. He has to get better in the post. He has to get more, go-to moves where he could turn to when he's in isolation or again in the post. He doesn't really have that refined post package yet. And I think that's kind of going to be a big area of focus for him this offseason, because that's where I think a lot of his shots will be generated, because he's not a three-point shooter yet. His mid-range is what it is, right? It's gotten better, but you can't depend on the mid-range as your go-to shot. Like, that's not an efficient shot, like mid-range a long 2. So I think you want to see Bam improve in the post. And we'll see if he does that next season.
By the way, what room is that you're in?
My office.
Okay. I'm going to call it the white room because I'm watching you, right? And you're gone white hot, right? So you cover a team that's white hot. You're in a white room. And I keep thinking, I'm a rocker. So I keep thinking Cream, which you probably have no freaking idea what that is. But they have a song called In the White Room with Black Curtains near the station. And have you heard that song? Do you even know that song?
I have not.
Cream White Room. Okay. I just want you to go look and just listen to it. Anyways, just for the hell of it. It's fun. But it's just, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking at everything is white there.
When I'm facing here, it's not. So it's like you only see one side of the room. But my wife, she's an architect, interior design. She's a minimalist. So,
I don't think so. I think she knows you're crazy. She's about to put some rubber in there and put your ass in a straitjacket. That's what it looks like right there, right now. That's what that looks like. All right, what'd you think last night? Did the Warriors do enough? And you think they've got this series now?
All series I've picked Boston. I think Boston's a better team. I still think Boston's a better team. But what the Warriors did last night was really impressive. For them to win on a night Steph Curry goes 0 for 9 from 3, the first game he hasn't made a 3 since 2018. I didn't think that was possible in the series against Boston. I really didn't. I didn't think the Warriors had enough depth, offensive depth to do that. And Andrew Wiggins was another example of a guy who really talented, kind of lost at the beginning of his career. And look how much
he's gotten better, man.
He's gotten better and better. And you see that talent shining through right now. Klay Thompson has shot the ball well. Draymond Green played better. So that was really impressive because if you would have told me that Steph Curry was going 0 for 9 on threes, I would have said Boston wins by 20. And in fact, Golden State won by 10. So I still think Boston wins in 7 because I think they're the better team, but I'm less sure than I've ever been at this point.
By the way, you can tell that, the Minnesota experience wasn't good for him because he's grown since he left Minnesota.
Yeah.
And can you imagine the Heat grabbing that kid?
Yeah.
Because he's wired. He's wired. I know he's had his issues with consistency at times and all that, but he is, because of his defensive disposition, he's wired to be a Heat player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's a. By the way, what's his contract situation?
I'm not sure. Let's look it up. But that's an example of teams kind of going for talent and having faith that their system and their coaching staff can bring out the best in them.
Yeah.
Because there's never been a doubt by Andrew Wiggins' talent, right? I mean,
No.
he was a former number 1 pick. He's actually going to enter next year. Will be the final season of his contract.
Okay.
So he'll be a free agent in 2023. I would say he's about to get paid, but he's already getting paid $30+ million this season. So he's already pretty paid. But he'll be really, if he keep playing like this next season, he'll really be one of the biggest free agents in the 2023 class.
Yeah, he's really impressive, man. So it's that was a really nice win for the Warriors yesterday. The team finally stepped up around Steph to get it done. I thought that was really cool. All right, what are you working on in the Herald, my friend? So folks can check you out there from the White Room.
So yesterday I posted something on Max Strus and his development and just kind of his offseason goals. And then today I'll be heading over to Cooper City to talk to Gabe Vincent. He'll be at the Heat's youth camp. So I have a story about Gabe later today. He actually turned, I think, 26 today. Today's his birthday. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a Gabe Vincent offseason update 3 weeks into the offseason. So.
All right, you just go chase Butler and
Donovan Mitchell
around. Yeah, just to make
I'll
sure.
head to New York.
Yeah. Tell the Herald to spend a couple of bucks and ship your ass out there to New York. What was the name of that trainer again, by the way?
Chris Brickley.
Okay. All right. It's good to know for those purposes. Yeah. I didn't know who the white dude was. I thought he was the guy that got the picture. Hey, can I take a picture with you guys? And then, it just went.
Got all the likes because of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened. All right, follow him on Twitter at Anthony_Chang. And more importantly, folks, catch his work there at the Miami Herald and subscribe to the Herald. They do great work there, as always, covering all of our local teams. Anthony, we will catch up with you later on in the week. We'll see what new pictures pop up.
We'll see. NBA offseason is always fun. Thank you, Big O.
And by the way, is there any truth that you are in the middle of the counseling between what's Tyler and Katya? No. Are you the marriage counselor?
I deny those rumors. It's not true. No.
Okay. All right.
I'm busy enough this offseason. I'm busy enough.
All right. Follow him on Twitter at Anthony_Chang. We'll talk later in the week, my brother. Be good.
See you, Big O. Bye.
You got it. There you go, Anthony Chang. We love getting him uncomfortable. Right there, our liquor split Miami Heat report.
You're now tapped into the latest with the Miami Heat. This has been the Miami Heat Liquor Split Report with insider Anthony Chang. Download the Liquor Split app and enjoy your favorite drinks at wholesale prices. Delivered right to your door in minutes with a flat fee of $2.99. VIP lifestyle without the VIP prices. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
Tap it, baby. Tap that app. I love tapping that app. Download it, iOS or Android. Liquor Split. You can also get the edge there. myedgedrink.com. Use our code BIG. Ow! You get 10% off. Delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste. myedgedrink.com. The best energy drink on the effing planet. Rosendo is asking me, what do you make of LeBron's comments? He said one team that I could make an immediate impact would be Miami or Golden State. Do you think he's thinking of a trade? No, Rosendo. Not at all. Do you know what LeBron James is doing by doing that crap he did in that interview by mentioning Miami and Golden State? This is the same passive-aggressive, weak-ass bull crap that he pulls all the time. And this is all dedicated to the Lakers and Jeannie Buss. That's his way of saying last year was unacceptable. You got to find a way to get it better and fix this issue and get the right players around me. Because think about it. No shot at going to Golden State and no shot going to Miami. So this has nothing to do with a trade. Miami's not going to trade for him. Golden State's not going to trade for him. So All that stuff is useless. So don't get suckered. It has nothing to do with Miami and Golden State. It had everything to do with the Lakers. That's all. That was planned. That's the way he wanted to take a shot at the Lakers and Jenny Buss. By telling them, oh, no, I could win a championship with them, but not with the bums I'm playing with now. That's what the message was. Has nothing to do with Miami or Golden State, that he literally wants to go there or that he actually has any chance of being traded there. It's the same passive aggressive bullshit he pulls all the time. Instead of just coming out and saying what you want to say, he always has to do this crap. And you have to learn to read between the lines with that dude. That's all. He's got one agenda. That's his agenda and nobody else. He doesn't care about the team he's playing for. He doesn't care about the ownership group or the front office. He doesn't care about his teammates. He doesn't give a shit about any of that. He never gave a shit about his teammates in Cleveland, never gave a shit about his teammates in Miami, and he doesn't give a shit about his teammates with the Lakers. He only cares about himself. I will use the line I have used with LeBron James since, 15 years now. He is the most selfless player on the court. He is. He's as selfless as it gets. He will make the right basketball play 99% of the time. His basketball IQ cannot be argued. But he is the most selfish player off the court. That is a fact. And he doesn't care about anybody except LeBron James. That's always been that. And if you can't see it, just look at the history. And it explains it all, man. That's all. If you want to get in on the Welton Rayom text line, that's 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. And remember, you can also reach out on email at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. That's bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at Big O Show. Don't forget to follow our second YouTube page, Big O Show Cuts. We need to get that one to 1,000 as soon as possible, please. Plus, Sean is loading that up with cuts that you're not going to get anywhere else. By the way, I want to talk a little crypto right now, because obviously everything is down. Stocks, crypto, you name it. Everything is brutal. Oil is through the roof, all that good stuff. But I'll tell you this, that right now, I'm looking at the market right now, and Bitcoin is at over 22,000, almost 22,000. It's at 22,400. Went all the way down to 20,800. So now it's climbing back up again. Folks, I'll tell you the same thing I've been telling you for a while. It's been at a buying zone for a while. Okay? And that's all it is right now. It continues to be. And I'm not a financial advisor, but the market for over 100 years has bounced back. The crypto market will bounce back the same. Okay? It's a young market. Bitcoin is rounding out its 13th year, I believe. It's like 12 and a half years or something like that. So it hasn't been around a long time. This is going to be its first recession. That's part of it. But you can tell that it's held really strong overall. But what it is, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Bitcoin, altcoins might take even more of a hit. By the way, if the Feds in the next, I don't think it's in a couple of weeks when they come out again with their next meeting, if they go to 0.75%, then you're going to have another dip. And again, if you're in altcoins, the beauty about all of this is, and look, the one thing that the crypto market nobody could predict is what happened with Terra Luna and what's happened with Celsius now. But it's a great lesson to learn. Okay. I wasn't invested at all in Celsius. I had very little in Terra it's not a big deal. But the most important part is you're learning about the altcoins, not the altcoins, the the stable coins and the algorithmic stable coins that are a disaster. And these companies that are tied to these coins, these stable coins, is what's bringing them down. And that's what's bringing down Celsius too. And so obviously this has been a big blow to the crypto market because so many people don't understand crypto. So they generalize it and say, well, the same thing with Celsius is going to happen with Ethereum, which of course it's not, or Cardano or Polkadot or Avalanche, or, no, it's not. Those companies are way stronger and they'll be fine and they'll live through this. But here's the best part about all of this also. Not only is it a great buying time right now for a lot of you, for all of us, for myself too. I'm continuing to scoop up like Pac-Man. I am not going to stop. Because I know where it's going to be in a year or two from now, and I'll be laughing and I'll be fine. But the best part about all of this is that there's thousands of coins, and there's a whole bunch of them that are bad. And those people will be casted aside, and finally, it'll be over. And that'll be the best part of it, that you'll be able to rid yourselves of some of these bad companies that are part of all of this, like in any type of form. Stock market, you name it, everything, life. You have your good businesses, you have your bad businesses. You got to figure out what are the Teslas, what are the Amazons of crypto. Okay. And again, if you look at the markets, this is why I tell you, look at the beating that the altcoins take. Why I always tell you 40% Bitcoin, 30% Ethereum. They are the top dogs. And by the way, now's the best time to scoop up as many Ethereums as you can. So if you can get to the point where you can buy an Ethereum, then do it. Because that's what I would do if I'm you. If you have an opportunity to buy 5 Ethereums, you do it. Because when this thing bounces back, you're going to be just absolutely loving life. But the good thing about this all is you're going to get rid of the bad coins. The good companies will move on and become stronger than ever from here on out. And those of you that stayed strong, you're the ones that are going to end up winning. Those of you that panicked, I feel bad for you. All right, 1 hour down. We got 2 more to go. Manny Navarro will join us at 11:30. I got a couple things I want to talk about when we get back. Some Dolphin stuff, some NFL stuff, Heat-related stuff. Got a whole bunch of things that I want to get to. Plus, we got Manny Navarro, Omar Kelly, and George Richards still to join us here on a beautiful Tuesday. Let's take a break. Hour number 2 is next.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Folks, you can support the hardest working sports talk show in South Florida through Cash App or Venmo. Just search Cash Big O Show. Support us through Cash App or Venmo. Cash Big O Show. We thank you for your incredible support.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
What? Oh, look.
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks, eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated, they offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions, from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Sports Grill. Good food, good drinks, good friends. Craig's Inn Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealership in the Southeast United States. The Fort Lauderdale Police Department. The FLPD is hiring. Go to FLPDjobs.com.
comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty. Appreciate all of you keeping it locked in as always. And Shelby, I never said that 42 was the floor. I said it's the buying zone. And that's not semantics. You may want to learn the definition of semantics. When you're stupid, Shelby, you may want to keep your mouth shut. That way you don't expose yourself. That's not semantics. I don't know if you know the word semantics, but that's not semantics. Just say it. Might want to look at the definition of that. Completely different. But that's all right. It's all good. Anyway, like I say 1,000 times on the show, nobody knows the floor and nobody knows the ceiling. That's why on the way down, you DCA, dollar cost average, which I talk about all the time. But that's all right, Shelby. Make up whatever you want, my brother. That's kind of what we do in this world. I mean, you know, there's millions and millions are learning that they've been fooled. So it happens. Anyway, all markets will be down for the next couple of years. Best time to invest in stocks and crypto. 5 years from now, people are going to wish they had invested in all markets as they did bounce. Of course. Right now is the time you want to buy Tesla and Amazon and all these stocks that are down, all the great coins that are down. This is when you want to take advantage on the way down because you don't know when the floor hits and then you don't know when it pops. And that's why when even selling at a profit, you don't know exactly how far it's going to go. So you sell when you're comfortable. That's it. But, you know, it's people like Shelby, they don't invest in anything. So they don't really know anything. They just run their mouth. That's the thing. So, you know, it's they talk a game, but they don't invest and they don't really understand it. But they talk a game. That's all right. It's all good, man. It's all good. I don't look at this as what's terrible is having to pay gas. Like the kind of, you know, what's terrible is what you're doing at the grocery store and overpaying for all this stuff. And man, the shelves are not what they used to be, dude. Holy moly. That's the other thing. All right, let's get back to a little sports talk. We will have Manny Navarro join us at the bottom of the hour. We talked already about the lawsuits now for Deshaun Watson, as 26 of them are up. We talked a little bit about the game last night in the NBA. Some of the Marlins, by the way, last night lost to the Marlins after 5-game winning streak. So now they've lost a couple in a row now. Phillies beat them 3-2. Sandy Alcantara, 7 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1.68 ERA. Not his fault, man. He did his best. Tonight, it's Phillies and Marlins. So, you know what we should do? We should do our liquor split matchup of the night. Nope, we can't. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think Sean stepped out, so we can't do it, but we will now.
It's time to tap that app. And no one loves to tap that app like the Big O. Here's the liquor split matchup of the night.
Are red hot with our liquor split matchups of the night. 2 in a row. Yeah, I know 2 in a row is not red hot, but when you've lost like a shit ton before this, yeah, this is kind of red hot. So we're going for 3 in a row tonight in our liquor split matchup of the night. Can we do it? Can we go 3-0 in our liquor split matchups of the night? Well, I'm going Marlins and Phillies tonight. Trevor Rogers is on the mound, 3-5 record, 5.58 ERA. Zach Eflin towing the slab for the Phillies at 2-4 and a 3.76 ERA. Phillies are favored by 1.5. Marlin over and under in this game is 8.5 runs. Marlins are plus 130 in the money line, and the Phillies are minus 150. Now, Trevor Rogers has pitched well over the last 5 games. One outing he had that was terrible. It was against the Phillies. He gave up 7 earned runs in just over an inning. So they had to pull him. So now you're thinking, well, wait a minute, he's going to face the Phillies again. Now, Trevor Rogers was 2-1 last year against the Phillies. He actually pitched very well against the Phillies last year. And I'm going to go with a bounce back for Trevor Rogers. I think he's going to want to get a little revenge, you know what I'm saying, right now on the Philadelphia Phillies after he's pitched well lately, and he's got that one blemish in the last 4 or 5 outings that it's the damn Phillies racking his ass up, right? I think he's going to be motivated. Plus, he knows he can pitch well against them because last year he was 2-1. I'm going to go Marlins plus 1.5 runs. I think they either win the game or barely lose, maybe by a run. And Eflin, by the way, hasn't pitched bad, but I think Rogers is going to pitch better than he did in his last outing against the Phillies. So I am going to go with the Marlins plus 1.5 in our liquor split matchup of the night.
The matchup of the night is brought to you by Liquor Split, Miami's own online liquor store. Liquor Split. Download then tap that app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
Yeah, I love it. Liquor Split. Don't forget, you can get My Edge drink there. Get the Edge energy drink there. myedgedrink.com. There we go. All right. Hialeah Park. We'll be there on Thursday. Tap that app. Hialeah Park. Tap that app. Hialeah Park. You can tap the app and then go to Hialeah Park. Is what you should do. Let's see. What else do we have here? Big O, I went through the red cover webpage and I could not find the baseball cap. You got to email them, bro. Email them. The email is there, dude, and contact us. Jamie, go to it. There's an email. You can contact them. Let me see. Here you go. Right there, top right, you put contact us, and you get the page, my man. Okay? On the top right, you hit it, and you will get contact us. Okay? See? Look what it looks like. There you go. Sign up and save, baby. Contact us. Right there, you see? Name, email, message, all that good stuff. And redrecover.com will be in contact with you. I think, okay, I don't want to talk out of place, but the hats are in back order, so they are waiting for them, and I think they don't want to put them on the site right away because then people will ask for it. But I think you can put your name on the list so you can get the hat. So if I'm you, I do need a cup to drink it. Anyway, so if you can, reach out to them by email and maybe they put you on the list for the hat. Okay? Which, for those of you that don't know, at redrecover.com, this is the hat that I use right there. See, because I'm charging my Red Recover. So it's pretty simple. You charge it, this thing here, and then you install it right there. Boom. And then you put it on for 15 minutes. I already did it today, so I can't do it. I don't have to do it right now again. But there you go. Super simple, man. And you can walk around the house and all that. And it's helped me grow my hair back. Now I'm getting all my hair here because I have the natural yarmulke. And so a lot of us guys, we developed the natural yarmulke here. and you want to eliminate the natural yarmulke, but you can't. Now, not all the hair is going to grow back. Okay, it's not perfect, because if your hair has been dead for years, like right here, it's not growing back. Here it is, because this was recent, because I just noticed it, and so then I was able to attack it. But here, these things have been gone for years; they're not coming back. So, and I've been using the hat for a while, and it doesn't come back. So, I just want to warn you that if you're trying to use it for, like, you have been bald for a long time, it's probably not going to revitalize the hair. You could try; it might work. Anything is possible, because it regenerates, and plus, it also helps the blood flow in your brain too. So, just in case, if you want to check it out, Sean, I think, has the before and after pictures. I have to take a new one. I haven't taken one in the last, I don't know, when was the last time I showed you guys? A month and a half, month or two? I don't know, Sean. If you have the before and after pictures, we can show them of my hair growth, and they can check it out. I don't know if Ed will do it. Ed's shown me his pictures, and they're amazing. Because he's been using it longer than I have. Obviously, he's the CEO of the damn company. So he's been using it longer, and his is flowing, dude. Like mine, I got baby hairs here that are coming out. I can't wait till they get a little longer. But it's cool. It's cool. But check it out. You can email them. Okay. If you have any questions about anything, email them. Okay. They're the experts. Big O, how come you have no wrinkles? Well, I don't know, bro. I can't explain that. I have no idea. I am using a white light thing, but I'm not telling you that. I'm using it more for the bags now. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I had surgery while I was sleeping. Have no idea. But fortunate. I'm just glad that at 55 I still have hair. It's just I'm just like blessed in that sense. I'm just really happy in right there, because eventually, we're all going bald. I mean, it's just going to happen. We're all going to lose our hair. But, Red Recover allows me to put it off just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so Manny's telling me he's going to be a little late. Not a problem. It's all good. Let's see, what else do we have here? Smart money is investing in debt-free companies, low PE ratios that give out dividends. You can't think of a worse investment than cryptocurrency in a recession. I would disagree with you on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would invest heavily in, again, you cannot invest what you cannot afford to lose. So you cannot invest the money you need to pay rent, mortgage, food, car, gas. So don't use that money. But for me, I disagree with you, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be the monsters of the midway. They are the Amazon Teslas of crypto. So that's why I always tell you 40-30, and then the others are 10-10 and 10. Because those monsters are going to when they bounce from this, just like when Tesla and all the great stocks bounce from this, they're going to soar, bro. That's just the way it goes. And it happens every single time. This will be the first time for the cryptocurrency market, because it's the first time they're part of a recession. So now they're going to, now you're going to see it this is beautiful, because now you have a track record now that you're building for cryptocurrency. And again, cryptocurrency will be completely different 5 years from now, because the institutional money and the retail money in it will be 20 times over. Just like 10, 15 years from now, it'll be just obviously the dominant market. But all of this is kind of a process that is going to take a little time. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's certainly not going to happen in the middle of hell in this world right now, where everything has gone to crap. I've been Yul Brenner since I was 28. There's no helping me now. Exactly. Probably. There's no helping. Yep. Brett says, let it flow, Big O, flowing in the wind. It's the idea. GP Trap says, if you and the wife need to binge watch something, catch Barry on HBO Max. Dark comedy, Bill Hader. Oh, I heard about this. I heard it's really good. Henry Winkler, awesome show. Just ended the 3rd season. I've heard good things about it, GP Trap. Yes. People told me it was really, really good. That Hader is like outstanding in that show. I miss Bill Hader on Saturday Night Live. He was so good on Saturday Night Live, man. I loved him on Saturday Night Live. He was so freaking awesome. Let's see. Big O, we had a backup center guy who could have played next to Bam and Precious, but we had to trade him in Lowry deal, but Spo never played. Precious couldn't shoot, bro. So I know he made some improvements this year, but it's still not the guy that you need. They need something better than that. Okay? You need like a John Collins. You need something more dynamic. You know, I don't think that Precious is dynamic enough to help you out. I like him, but not to that point. That I don't think he was the guy you needed to get you over the hump this year. They need somebody way more dynamic, man. They need somebody that can be a star next to Jimmy. That's really what's more important than anything else. You get that, and everything else kind of changes. At least that's the way I see it. All right, what else do we have going on here on Le Programme to talk about? Lamar Jackson has not reported to camp, right? And now he's reporting to the mandatory camp. Took the physical, all that stuff. Still no contract, right? So after holding out, or not reporting, because it's voluntary. It's not really holding up, but it's kind of weird when the quarterback's not there, because the quarterback usually, especially your starting quarterback, is usually there for those kind of things. Even if he doesn't have to do too much and they have the backups do more stuff, still your top guy's there. And let me tell you what's kind of developing. It looks like Lamar Jackson is going to gamble on himself this season. Because if there is no contract and you're going into the final year of your deal, then, and you haven't negotiated anything, and they're like, yeah, we're ready to talk whenever he is. You know, I think that the Ravens have also said this is a blessing for us because we need to reach the point where we decide if we're going to go forward with this or not. And he didn't have a very good year last year. Last year, Lamar Jackson had 16 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. He rushed for 767 yards, which he had 1,005 the year before and 1,206 the year before that. So less and less rushing. By the way, his rushing yards, 6.9 in 19, 6.3 in 20, and 5.8 in 21. So they're catching up to him now. They're figuring him out. Okay? And he had less rushing yards, and passing-wise, he was a disaster. Fumbles, he had 6 of them. He had 10 the year before that and 9 the year before that. So he has lowered the number, but he also didn't run as much. So the question is, the numbers are declining. People are figuring him out. Have the Ravens figured that out? Because, I mean, I figured out years ago, his limitations are always going to stop you. If you can't complete passes, and especially in key moments when they shut down the run, then you're not a real quarterback. You're just an athlete playing the quarterback position. You're a running back. And so this will give them the opportunity to say, oh, yeah, no, yeah, now you've had back-to-back bad years. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. We can't give you this contract. Because if he wants, ridiculous money, You can't pay him like you pay Aaron Rodgers. He's nowhere near the quarterback Aaron Rodgers is. So in a way, Lamar has made a grave mistake. He should have agreed to a contract last year. Okay? They should have gotten that out. That's why you have to hire an agent. You know, when my wife was in the runaround from the insurance company because of the kids that were playing, Fast and Furious in our neighborhood, I told her, hey, it's over. That's it. You're done. We got to go to the lawyers. And she's such a dependent person, an independent person, that she is dead set on getting anything and everything done in the world, and she usually does. She's amazing. But in this case, I told her, hey, you don't know all the laws. Lawyers know all the laws. Welton Rayom know all the laws. They take insurance companies to the woodshed every single day. That's what they do for a living. And they're great sponsors of our show. So how am I not going to call them? If I'm going to tell you to call them, how am I not going to call them? So I called Jeff and Dan and said, hey, man, this is going on. He goes, we'll take care of it. And they're already in the process of it. And they made the progress because they know the laws. And that's the difference. And you got to hire the right people. And Lamar Jackson and his mom, that's not going to get the job done, dude. You're not understanding this game. You're playing against corporations. You're just an individual. Get a professional that's been trained to do this, that does this over and over again. I don't know what his cheapness is, because if you're going to earn $50 million a year or $30 million a year or $20 million a year, if you got to give somebody 2 or 3%, who cares, dude? Give them the 2 or 3%. They're going to earn it for you. They're going to go do all the negotiations. They're going to go through all the small print. You're not going to have to do anything. They're going to explain everything to you, make it easy for you. And then you walk away. And you still walk away with a ton of money. This level of cheapness that you don't want to give somebody 2 or 3% to do their job, that they do way better than you, it's ignorant. It's stupid. You don't represent yourself in court. You don't do things that there are certain things you just don't do because you're not prepared. And you have to understand that. And Lamar Jackson's going to burn himself in the end by all of this, because I don't think he's a very good quarterback as it is. I just think he's a freak athlete that people had to figure out how to stop it. And they have. And they always figure it out when they get to the playoffs, because all they do is stack the box, and that's it. And it's over. And it's Matt Verderam stacking the box. He'll be on tomorrow, by the way. The problem with Lamar Jackson is when he gets to the playoffs, his flaws really get exposed. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Yep. Insurance companies disregard you until you hire attorneys. They wear you down. A competent lawyer is the way to go. Always. Always. Sleeper wide receiver to draft late in fantasy, Big O. We'll tell you that in August, when we know who's in training camp, who's practicing, who's moving up in the depth chart, who's healthy. You don't make those decisions now. You don't have drafts now. We are trying to add the fantasy show to our programming this year. Okay, we are working on it. All right. We are going to get the right sponsors for it. And by the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor for our fantasy segment and our fantasy experts, please reach out to us on our business line. Okay? Really simple. So make sure you reach out to us on Le Business Line, and 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. If you want to reach out in our business line and join us as a sponsor of our program. What else do we have here? By the way, Nature B is for me, sir and ladies out there. 28 minerals, and powerful antioxidants, 27 vitamins. And I tell you all the time, bee pollen is from clean green New Zealand. It is grown right from Mother Nature. It is not in a lab somewhere developed or anything like that. So it's great for the kids. It's great for the adults because it is all natural, healthy for you, boost your immune system, which is what I love the most. By the way, sustained energy all day long. So if you want to stay a little healthy or be a little healthier, take a little Nature Bee, folks. Improves digestion and regularity. Maybe you got some of those squeaky joints or old sports injuries. naturebee.com, those 2 golden capsules every single day. I've been telling you about it for 20 years now. naturebee.com. I take it all the time. My daughter takes it. My wife takes it. You know, they deal with all the big nasties out there. And by the way, in a virus-filled world, kind of need to do it. naturebee.com. You can get free shipping. Go to naturebee.com on the plant pollen. 1 month, 3 month supply, 6 month supply, naturebee.com. Do me a favor, Sean. Give me a 1 minute break here. 1 minute, folks. I'll be right back with you right here on the Big O Radio Show.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com. 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411 and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
All righty. Thank you. Appreciate it there, Sean. Did you, Big O, did you pass on your love for music to your daughter, and does she get into classical music like you? I got into hard rock because of my uncle, and I found heavy metal because of it. Yes, my daughter does love music like I do. Can't get her into metal. Hard rock and metal cannot get her into that. So she's kind of like all the young people. She likes pop music. She likes rap. Very little rock. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that gets on like popular radio or something in a way, but very little rock. But it's mostly what young people listen to is what she listens to. You know, the regular stuff, the Billie Eilishes, the Lords, the J. Cole's, all that's what she listens to, you know. She's into all that kind of stuff. What a lot of young people her age listen to, you know, but I cannot get her into metal or hard rock. God, it's impossible. So, but hey, you can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe as she gets older, although she's already 21, maybe she'll figure it out, the greatness of metal, but I don't know. Let's see. In my opinion, Lamar is another RG3. Only RG3 could throw the ball better. Yeah, I think actually RG3 could throw the ball better. You are correct. I think RG3 was a better passer than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is not a good passer. It's just a phenomenal athlete. And athletes will be able to do things that will wow you at times. You know, that's the impressive part. Let's see, what else do we have here? Whoa. Steven DeFelippis, thank you, sir. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super love on the Cash App. Thank you, sir. That is very nice of you. Appreciate you immensely, Mr. DeFelippis. Thank you. And you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Hey, for those of you that don't believe much in crypto, listen, If you want to make a donation to me in Bitcoin at Cash App, you can do that. I have no problem with that. You know, I value it. If you don't, you know, you want to make a donation to the show, Cash Big O Show on Cash App, and you can make a Bitcoin donation to us here on the program. I have no problem with that. Send it in, baby. Send it in. And Steven, again, thank you very much, man. Very, very kind of you. Wow. Always appreciate you, man. Let's see. When drafting late rounds of draft, you want to target wide receiver or an explosive offense, number one on other teams. Alan Lazard, for example, for Green Bay. Russell Gage. Godwin is out. Yep. They tried that also with Preston Williams. They got him off the street. And he, what a shame, that kid, right? What a shame. What a shame. We are waiting, Manny Navarro. You know, we like to do something here on the show. And it is, sometimes it's time to lock things down. And when we want to lock something down, that's when something must be done. And now we're going to go with our ALennyLocksmith.com lockdown segment.
Time to lock it down. The Lockdown is brought to you by ALennyLocksmith.com. Services in South Florida from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, ALennyLocksmith.com locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Here's the Big O to tell you what needs to be locked down.
What I'm going to tell you that needs to be locked down? Donovan Mitchell, bitch. That needs to be locked down. That's what the lockdown segment is all about. We got to lock it down. This picture came out this weekend. Jimmy Butler hanging out with Donovan Mitchell. That's his trainer, Chris Brickley, trainer for both guys. You know, Donovan Mitchell is asking Jimmy, so what's up in Miami? And he's telling him, yo, Miami is what's up. You got to come join us here. You got to get out of that place in Utah. They don't win there. Did you see Karl Malone and John crazy-ass Stockton? And by the way, John Stockton, está loco. Like, that guy's a nutbag. But anyway, what a shame. The lockdown needs to be Jimmy Butler needs to make sure he locks down Donovan Mitchell. You know, because there's rumors that Utah might part ways instead with Rudy Gobert. No. Donovan Mitchell needs to go over there and say, hey, no, you fired Quinn Snyder. The owner's gone. The GM's gone. All the people that I like are gone. I don't want to play with Rudy spreading virus Gobert. I want to get the hell out of here. I want to go to Miami. That's where I want to go. And Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson would be perfect fits for Utah. Two white players they can root for years to come. So give them the two white guys, give them a bunch of first rounders, and let's move on, baby. Let's get Donovan Mitchell here in Miami. Hey, man, they're going to get, 25 points a game from Tyler. They'll start him. Duncan will come off the bench, shooting threes. There you go. And listen, and the IG model, this allows him to distance himself from the IG model here in South Florida. All she's doing is claiming he has a small penis, so you might as well move to Utah. I'm telling you, the lockdown is that Jimmy Butler needs to lock Donovan Mitchell down. He needs another star. He needs a Batman or a Robin. However you look at Donovan Mitchell, he's Batman or Robin to Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy needs that guy next to him that he can roll with. That at the end of games, if it's not him, it's him. It's got to happen. That's your ALennyLocksmith.com lockdown segment. Jimmy Butler, lock it down.
The Lockdown is brought to you by ALennyLocksmith.com. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming. All model cars. 24-hour service. Call them anywhere in South Florida at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at ALennyLocksmith.com where we lock it down.
After locking it down, it is time now to talk to Manny Navarro and our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All righty, there he is. How you feeling, baby? Did you make any bets in Vegas?
I didn't make any big bets. I kind of went to the tables for a little bit and did a little roulette, which is my favorite game, and $40. And I was about to walk out, and I said, "You know what?
Did you bet on black?"
I just bet on today's my birthday, by the way. So I bet on my birthday.
Happy
14.
Birthday!
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Birthday.
So I put my last $5 on 14, which is my birthday. My wife is 24th. So I said, let me put 14 and 24 and just see what happens. Spin the wheel, hits on 14. So I feel lucky. I feel very lucky. I hit on 14.
Wow.
It was only $180, but hey, it's something, right? It's a little some extra change to come home with.
14 black or red?
14 is black, yes.
See, you listen to Wesley.
Bet on black. There you go.
You see, you knew that Wesley Snipes would go after you if you didn't bet on black. See?
I did. Yeah.
You bet on black. You ended up winning. There you go. Nice job by you. You didn't use all those winnings to put it on the Dolphins over 8.5. Okay.
No, I stayed away from that. I should have put $100 on somebody just to have a little fun this year, but no, I didn't. I wasn't going to do it on the Dolphins. That's for sure.
All right. So I was reading Brett Sallee. Or Sally. Is this Sally, right? Sally?
Yeah.
He Barrett Sally, right? Barrett Sally, right? Right? He does an excellent job. And by the way, he's a really funny follow on Twitter. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but he always has some zingers every once in a while. So he was writing an article about Texas A&M urging the SEC to punish Nick Saban after the NIL comments, right? And after everything, Sankey ended up just reprimanding both actually after it was all said and done. But what'd you think of that story? And I doubt you were shocked that they weren't going to go after Saban. I mean,
no, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, right? I mean, this is the guy that's been winning you all the championships and getting you all that money. Look, man, the SEC, when you're at that top level, when you are the best of the best, like you're going to have internal fighting. Everybody wants to win. And I just think in the end, these guys control college football. Really, to me, they control the future of college football. The way the SEC runs, they make the most money, got all the best players every single year. So you're going to have this sort of sideshow. But the reality is, man, they're not going to do anything to each other because they know that they run things. I mean, it's like the same mafia family running it, right? I mean, you're going to have internal fighting. You may have a couple guys take the other one out, but it's not really going to. They know ultimately they're in control.
Yeah, I just found it interesting because in a way, really, it was finable. I mean, really, if you look at it, because what you did, and let me tell you, Texas A&M made a lot of good points there because you do kind of, put a stain on everything that you're doing as a sport, and especially you're as Nick Saban, you're completely insulting the other program. Right. And we also know that, come on, dude, it's not like Alabama's super clean or anything. I'm sure for decades now, they've been leaving bags full of money for a lot of athletes for many, many years now. So it's just one of those things that's kind of, we know it's dirty, but yet we still allow it to continue. You know what I mean? And that's the part that's still kind of weird about all of this, that we all know that there's still dirty stuff that goes on.
Yeah, but that's all it is now is that it's in the public eye, right? I mean, that's the only difference, right? Because like you said, for years, guys were getting paid from, to come to their program. I mean, they were getting the suitcase, somebody was dropping off a big bag of money. And so now all it is that everybody in the country knows it exists, right? We finally acknowledge the elephant in the room. And so it's really all about now, it's how much money can you raise? Because before, you would hear rumors, right? Like, oh, this guy got $1 million to go to Alabama, or oh, this guy got $500,000 to go to Texas A&M, or this guy. And now it's like, no, now it's public knowledge, and people have to sort of lobby to get that money and have to actually meet those demands. Because before they could say, oh yeah, that guy got 500,000, but the reality is he only got, I don't know, 50 or 100, and you didn't know. Now you know. Now it's public knowledge. These things are being announced publicly, and so it just makes it more difficult for these guys to operate. And the reality is that some of them have more financial backing than others. And in big cities like Miami and Los Angeles and Dallas and areas where, they're real financial backers, that's not always going to mean Alabama and Texas A&M will be on top necessarily. And so I think that's what we're finding out here with NIL. Now that it's legal and now that it's talked about and everybody knows that it's going on.
All right, so are you one of the 12,000 NFF members that vote for the College Football Hall of Fame?
No, I am not. I am part of the Football Writers Association, and there are awards that I get asked to vote in during the year, but not the NFF.
Okay, so I didn't realize this. 5.54 million players have played college football. 1,056 have been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, semi-pro football, whatever. Anyway, names: Ray Lewis, Mark Richt, Larry Coker, Ken Dorsey, Bryant McKinney. In or out? Ray Lewis.
Well, it just depends. I mean, the way that thing works every single year, and I've written about the Hall of Fame in the past. It's almost like if you just make the list, it's just a matter of what year you finally get in, because eventually you're going to get voted in. I think this year, I mean, if I went to the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta, what was it, a couple years ago, right before COVID, and I mean,
it's a cool place.
It is a very cool place, but the majority of the Hurricanes, quote unquote Hurricanes, that are in there are coaches. There's not really a ton of players. Ed Reed, I think, was, I don't know, the third or fourth or fifth player that's got in, but it's not like there's some overwhelming number.
What do we have there? What is it, like Ted Hendricks? I would imagine is there, right?
I think Ted Hendricks is in there, yes, but it's not. You look at the list of players, and I don't have it fresh off the top of my head, but it's not. It's no. There's more of.
Oh, that's right. No, he's on this list now, I think.
Yeah.
No, he's not. Is he? Let me see.
He's not.
No, he's not. Why? He's not even on this list.
No, it's usually based on who makes the All-American teams, right? And so the guys who make multiple All-American teams, they're the ones that hop in there, which is why Ed Reed made it, because I think he made 2 All-American teams. So
shit, I thought Ed Reed could have won the Heisman his senior year.
Absolutely.
I kind of made a crazy argument, like, hey man, you look at all the plays that guy made and the way he changed some of those games by himself with certain plays. I thought Ed Reed was Heisman caliber that year, dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got to look at the resumes of each of the guys you mentioned to see who made first team All-American the most. I would say that guy probably has the highest chance of being the next one in as far as the players are concerned. And then after that, I would say the coaches. I think a guy like Mark Richt, who had the success that he had at Georgia and then coming to Miami and doing what he did here, I could see him getting in, because it's almost easier to go in via coaches than it is players, because there's so many.
So you have him over Coker, who has a championship but a shorter tenure?
Right. I would think that the voters would go with Richt over Coker.
Okay, so you don't think Coker will make it?
No, Coker will make it eventually. Like I said, once you make the
once
list,
you're on the list, that's it. You're done.
that's it. You're it. It's just a matter of what year it happens. Though I mean, I studied this a couple years ago when I first started seeing some of these guys make it, and I'm like, if you're an All-American and you're on the nominee list, it's just a matter of when. So I think eventually all those guys will get in there.
So Lewis, Dorsey, and McKinney will all get in your eye. Okay.
Yeah, because they were they were the key figures in the greatest college football team of all time in my mind in that 01 team, So
did Brian McKinney have a better career than Warren Sapp?
In college he might have. Again, this is based on college accolades, not necessarily.
I'm talking about individual. I'm not talking about team.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
McKinney was a 2 or 3 year starter here after he transferred in from JUCO.
No, I know he was awesome,
Yeah,
but I have to say I'm more impressed with Warren Sapp.
Well, I think Grant, he's an NFL Hall of Famer, absolutely. McKinney wasn't.
No, I'm saying just as a UMer, forget the Hall of Fame stuff, forget all of that. I'm saying Warren Sapp's career, okay? Listen, that guy's not likable as a human being by no way in any shape or any form.
Mm-hmm.
So let's compartmentalize, folks, and let's separate the two. As an athlete, as a player, I am more impressed with Warren Sapp's career than Brian McKinney as a Cane. I'm just saying that. So that's weird that Sapp is not there, but McKinney has a chance to get there. It's kind of I find that odd.
Yeah, I think maybe the championship and the fact that
has to be.
He was All-American probably more times than Sapp was.
Warren has one. Warren has one, right?
Right. Warren has. Did Warren win a championship? I don't know. He was there in the mid-90s when they weren't. Remember, they went from 91 to 2001. Was Warren on the 91 team?
I thought he was on 91. That's what I thought.
I can't remember. I don't know if he
look it up. Somebody help us out there. Is Sapp on the championship 91? I thought he was on the 91 team.
If he wasn't, I'm mistaken. He might have been like a freshman or somebody really young on that team because I remember him playing more in the sort of early to mid-90s on the teams that didn't win. I remember them losing to Nebraska. But anyway,
I'm interested to see who are the Canes that are in the Hall of Fame. Jim Kelly, how about that? Is he in there?
I think he is. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look. I'd have
you
to
said
go back
4
and look
guys, and I'm trying to think of.
It's not a lot. It's more coaches. I remember just walking away and being like, "There's a lot more coaches in here for the Hurricanes than there are players."
Which makes no sense. Like Michael Irving should be in the Hall of Fame. Like guaranteed should be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
He was a monster for the Canes, dude. I mean,
I'm gonna while we're sitting here chatting, I'm gonna look this up. All right. College Football Hall of Fame. Who's in the list for Miami?
Hey guys.
Yes. Oh, you got it? Sean's got it, I think.
Sean's got it. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully this is correct, what I'm looking at here. It says Miami now has 9 players, 13 overall representatives in the College Football Hall of Fame. Benny Blades, 2006. Don Bossler, 1990. Dennis Erickson, 2019. Andy Gustafson, 1985. Jack Harding, 1980.
Told you, there's a ton of coaches.
Ted Hendricks, 1987. Jimmy Johnson, 2012. Russell Maryland, 2011. Dan Morgan, 2021. Ed Reed, 2018. Hold on, to cut a name off. Vinny Testaverde, 2013. Gino Torretta, 2009. And Arnold Tucker, 2008.
And I'm talking about players that Miami fans know because there are guys in there that played way back.
Blades, Hendricks, Maryland, Morgan, Reed, Testaverde, and Torretta. Those are the ones they know.
Heisman winners, basically, and like multiple All-Americans, multi-time. That's what it is. Which unfortunately for some of these great players at Miami, not all of them made All-American. It's crazy. You go back and you look at the record book. There's a lot of great players that weren't named All-Americans.
I mean, okay, but how Warren Sapp is not in there is like beyond me. You know what I mean? Jerome Brown was, my God, he was.
That's a big one. That's a big one. I think it should be in there.
Brown was one of the scariest individuals I've ever seen play defensive tackle, man. You know, for this team. So it's weird that some of these guys that that you would figure, okay, automatic that this guy should be there and he's not there. It's like, that's really weird, man. That's interesting. All right. What are you working on in the Athletics so folks can check you out, my friends?
Well, I just got back from Vegas. I was at that overtime 7-on-7 event where you had a bunch of national kids. 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country were there playing. You had all these elite wide receivers. So I'm going to have a story on the team that won it, which is the South Florida Express, our local team that had a bunch of national players on it as well. There's some feature stories. I actually caught up with the Washington Twins, the 2 kids that are committed to Miami right now, 2 of the 5 commitments, Bobby and Robbie Washington. Their dad was the running back who signed with Miami. He's one of the all-time leading rushers in Dade County and wasn't able to get into UM because of academics. Now his 2 sons are committed there and good players. And so I have a feature on that. I mean, there's going to be a lot. And in fact, in 2 minutes, I got Gus Malzahn calling me from UCF so I could do their state of the program story. So there'll be a lot coming. I know I haven't written. I was out there for 5 days, basically embedded with the South Florida Express, just watching everything that kind of went on, hanging out with the guys in the hotel room, the bus, the whole thing, just so I could write some of these stories. And it was eye-opening. I spoke to agents, NIL agents that were out there, guys that are making deals right now with different colleges, so that the recruiting, how it really works. So I wanted to get a good perspective of that. So there'll be some of that stuff coming here soon.
Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro, and make sure you subscribe to The Athletic and support him every single month. He does a great job along with a ton of other writers covering national and international sports there at The Athletic. Manny, as always, appreciate you, my brother. We will catch up later on in the week.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
You got it. There you go. Manny Navarro in our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report. Let's get ready for hour number 3.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CFs, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Protecting your family is your priority. There's nothing more important than a roof above the people you love. Call Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411, and ask to speak to Tommy, the owner. They specialize in all kinds of roofs, led by their highly crafted, skilled, and professional roof mechanics. All of their previous customers have an opportunity to enter their bi-weekly drawings to receive free an exterior impact metal door. Please call for more details. That's Tommy B. Butts Jr. Enterprises.com, 954-735-9826 or 954-394-1411. Trust Tommy to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane, Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Red, an infrared light, has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Red Recover can maximize your efforts by potentially improving cellular metabolism, blood circulation, and muscle recovery. Evolve your training and step into the new era of muscle recovery. Red Recover.
The viewpoints, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by Caneswear. Go to Caneswear.com, where all orders over $99 get free shipping. Sloman's Total Home Security. Protect your home with the best in the business. 1-800-ALARM-ME for the company serving America for nearly 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com. Licensed roofing contractor. 100% financing is available. Go to Tommy B. Butts Junior Enterprises.com.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Hey, hello. Hour number 3 of the program. Plenty of things to talk about, plenty of people to talk with. Omar Kelly will join us here at 12:15. We'll have a little fun with Omar. We'll talk about several things going on in the world of the NFL and the Miami Dolphins, of course. Dolphins enjoying the week off. So we'll see if we'll see what happens next month when they get together. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. People are pumped up. Yeah, yesterday or all weekend we're over at Tortugas in Flagler Beach, and Scott, who is Scott and Paul, they're monster Dolphin fans and Canes fans, but they are pumped about the Dolphin. I get that from a lot of Dolphin fans, man. There's a lot of that feeling is there. And I know, listen, we've gotten burned in the past. I get it. We've been burned in the past. I will say this, that over the years, there haven't been a lot in the last few years where I've been really excited about the season. But in years past before that, the Ricky Williams and all that other stuff. And yeah, sometimes you get excited. I know I got excited one year with Lamar Smith because early in camp, I thought that I saw, what was the name of the big lineman we got? Jamie Nails. And they had him pulling and everything. I was like, whoa, they're actually going to be able to run the ball this year. But remember, this is back when they used to hit in camp and you can get a feel for things. And sure enough, they were able to run. Ian Keynes, by the way, thank you. He said 92-95 for Sapp. So he doesn't have a championship. Thank you, sir. Still, I don't care if he has a championship or not, dude. Sapp's time here was dominant, bro. How is he not a Hall of Famer? He's a Hall of Shamer as a human being. I mean, there is nothing that's left to be desired of Warren Sapp, the human being. He's a terrible person. But as a football player, we have to separate the two. The dude was a force, man. I don't know how he's not in the College Football Hall of Fame. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't care what kind of a jerk he's been. He should be in the College Football Hall of Fame. It's weird. It's just something that I can't understand. Anyway, what was I talking about before? Oh, so a lot of people I'm getting this whole thing that we've been pumped up and excited about the Dolphins. And like I said, we've been burned in the past. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of us are willing to kind of take that chance and go out on a limb and say, hey man, I think the Dolphins are going to have a really good season, which I truly believe that. I truly believe that the Dolphins are going to have a good season. I truly believe that Tua is going to cross the threshold here. And all these people that have doubted him, eventually they will see that this kid has got it, and he can be the franchise quarterback that this team has needed for a long time. But that's just me, and maybe I get burned, but I feel like a lot of people out there, I feel really good about the Miami Dolphins season. There's no doubt in my mind. Adam says the 95 team. Oh, when we brought in Eric Green and Irving Fryer, unfortunately, Fins finished 9-7. That was the last time I was excited about this Miami roster. Yeah, Eric Green was another. That was a bust of a trade by Shula. Shula made a lot of bad moves down the stretch at the back end of his career, trying to get on track, and it just didn't work out. Remember, he had lost some of his personnel people from years prior. So I don't believe his personnel department was nearly as strong as it was in its earlier days. So that's, to me, that's kind of what hurt Shula down the stretch. Big O, I fished with Sapp, and he was a great person to be around and funny as hell. Well, when did you fish with Sapp? On some kind of event like type thing? To extreme. Be fortunate that you're one of the few that's had good experiences with the guy. You are a rarity, because most people will tell you what they feel about Sapp. Sapp has left a terrible impression on man. And as a player, oh my God, he was such a jerk with the reporters. It was I was there. I went to Tampa a few times and covered, certain Tampa games while he was there. And I saw it firsthand. I was like, damn, bro, you got to deal with this idiot every week. Brutal. So to extreme, consider yourself fortunate. And maybe it must have been some kind of a controlled type of environment. It must have been some kind of an event or something. So he kind of knew that he had to go behave. But if you get him out of most scenarios like that, I don't know, man. Not too many will tell you that they've had good experiences with the dude. Aaron says, I'm really excited for the upcoming season. Even if Tua doesn't work out, our franchise is finally on the up and up. Yeah, but Aaron, no, Tua has to work out. Has to work out, because you're not on the up and up until you get a quarterback. We've been on we've traded sideways for 25 years now since Dan Marino left, because you really don't win 1 or 2 games every year, and you're not winning 11, 12, 13, 14 games every year, right? What are you doing? 7, 8, 9 wins. Maybe you sneak in a 10th, but it's 7, 8, 9. So you've traded sideways and you've been middling forever. So no, you're not on the up and up until you get a quarterback, because you could have a defense with Zach and Jason and all those guys, but if you don't have the quarterback to make the difference, not going to help. You can have the running game with Ricky. You can have the running game with Lamar, but if you don't have the quarterback, it's not going to help. So I disagree with you wholeheartedly on that. They're on the up and up when Tua breaks out. We've had other players in the past. We've had decent coaches, right? Saban's a decent coach. Jimmy's a decent coach. We've had decent coaches, but we have not had the quarterback. And that's the problem. So you got to get the quarterback. That's when we're on the up and up. First 4 games will tell us all we need to know. Not really. Not really, because you can go 2-2 and you still, you could be, it's 500, whatever. You can still be a hell of a team. Now, if you go 0-4, then that's the only time it's really telling. So we'll see. We'll see how they play out and who's healthy and all that stuff. Warren Sapp was once in Asheville and yelled at his waitress for talking to his mother. True scumbag. He was being sued by a local bank over missed payments on $1 million development loan. It's just the stories of Warren Sapp are endless, brother. Endless. Too extreme is like, a rarity. He says, no event. We just went tarpon fishing and had a great time. No event. Big O, Tyreek Hill, and Jalen Waddle may turn into Duper and Clayton for Tua. Tua works out. We have 2 first-round picks to build on our team. Yep. That's the beauty. That's, in the end, that's what we need to happen. We need Tua to hit. We need the Dolphins to have success. And now you can then add those draft picks to add talent to the team. And you know what Chris is going to do, right? He's going to, if Tua hits, he will not draft both first rounders. You know what he's going to do. He's going to trade out of that first round, get picks that draft and next draft, because that's what he'll do. He'll go and get a second rounder this coming year and then a first rounder next year for somebody who wants to move up. That's what he'll do, because that's what he does. Now, if Tua doesn't, cross the threshold, which it's not going to happen, but if he doesn't, then you use those picks that year to go get a quarterback. That's what's going to happen. But if he hits, man, it is going to be some sweetness, tell you. Josh Sackett, Big O, wish I could have met you when you were at Flagler Beach. I live just a few miles from there. It was pretty wild to watch the first day you were there and see my brother drive by in the background. There you go. Well, Josh, we will be back, okay, to Flagler Beach. Hopefully, if it's not Biketoberfest, it'll be for what's that called? Bike Week, right? It's called Bike Week, Sean, correct? Bike Week in Daytona. So one of the two we'll be back for, guaranteed. We're already setting it up, so hopefully, Josh, we will meet then and we'll hang out. Hey, man, if it's during Bike Week, let's go hang and have a beer and talk some Dolphins. Let's see, making the playoffs, perhaps the winning a round, even 2, and Tua staying healthy and playing well would constitute a successful season. Oh, that'd be one hell of a season. You win a couple games in the playoffs, bro, that's a hell of a season. When you haven't been able to barely get ever into the playoffs, it's a hell of a season. Karen says, Sapp yelled at me and my brother while driving a golf cart in the middle of a busy road like he owned the place in Tampa. Ultimate class act, he says no one ever. I'm telling you, Too Extreme is like one of like 2 or 3 people in the world that have had good experiences with Sapp. The only other people might tell you is some of his teammates, because obviously he won't act like jerks with them sometimes, I guess. Browns have made D. Watson available to the media today. Did they? No way. Well, if they did, then they are going to tell the media no questions about anything off the field. It has to be. And then the media is going to look at each other going, well, what the hell do we want to talk about on the field? Nothing's going on. No, I can't believe they actually made him available. And, wow. The Browns are real. I mean, that is catastrophically stupid. Wow. That can't be true. Seriously? Oh, God. That would be disastrous, man. Let me see if it happens to be in the headlines already. No, I don't see it here, at least. Right now. Oh, well. All right. What can I tell you? Did you guys, I know we're awaiting Omar there. I don't know if we have time for this because he might pop in. Did you guys see what happened in South America with a boxer? Sean, are we going to be able to show the video? It's a disturbing story. I'm a big boxing fan. I love boxing, man. Always have been a huge boxing fan. But these are the things that, once in a while it happens in boxing. And it's just one of those where you kind of you cringe. Okay. Boxer Simuso Bethalizi has died after a fight in Durban, South Africa, in which he ended the bout seemingly disoriented. The Boxing South Africa confirmed that Buthelezi, 24, collapsed towards the end of the fight on June 5th before being rushed to the hospital. It was discovered the boxer suffered internal bleeding from a brain injury, subsequently dying in the hospital on Tuesday. A video posted on social media appeared to show Buthelezi fighting in the direction of an empty corner of the ring, seemingly confused, prompting the referee to end the fight. In a statement, Boxing South Africa said it will conduct an independent medical review of the injury and will then make public the results of the medical review. Boxing South Africa and Bethulizi's family's wishes to request members of the public and the media to give them space while mourning the passing of this great boxer who was exemplary both outside and inside the ring. Studies show traumatic brain injuries are common among both professional and amateur boxers. In 2020, a statement, the World Medical Association said that boxing, it's different from other sports because of the injuries it causes and that it should be banned. All right, we're going to show you the scene. It's disturbing, all right? You're going to cringe when you watch this. And it's just sad. It's sad to see how disoriented and obviously what was going on, that he was having some traumatic brain injury and it was causing something in his vision to react the way he did. Sean, please play it.
And walks onto a hard jab. Walks onto a hard jab.
Okay, so he knocks him through the ropes. So he sends him to the corner. So he gets this, check the guy out, right? And then he says, all right, go.
And he looks at the referee,
and
like
so now
he's
look at this.
And he doesn't know throwing punches. He doesn't know where he is.
No. This happened, Colin, almost 20 years ago.
Sad, man. Sad. All right, Sean. That is just, and obviously this guy was a great boxer, but something traumatic must have happened in the middle of that fight that caused the problem that he is suffering from right now. And that is just, wow, devastating, dude. Can you imagine being a family member of that young man? God. When I was young, Doku Kim, I think was his name. He died in the ring, and Boom Boom Mancini ended up, killing him in the ring. He didn't try to kill him or anything. It's just he was boxing, and by knocking him out, Doku Kim, I think was his name, he ends up passing away in the ring. I mean, listen, we've had all kinds of different, incidents in the ring, and this is a sport that takes a toll on the human being. UFC and boxing, you're not going to come out the same way that you went in. There's just no way. Football, you're not going to come out the same way you came in. No shot. You're going to have to replace hips. You're going to have to replace knees. You're going to have all kinds of chronic pains from now to the end of your time on earth. There's a sacrifice that is made. You want to be a coal miner? You're going to shorten your life too. There's a lot of things that shorten your life that we do in this world. It's not just boxing. It's a lot of things that take a toll on the human being every day doing whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm not saying every job's like that, but there's a lot of jobs that they end up taking a toll on the person, mentally, physically. I mean, being a cop and seeing all the crap that you see every day, that's got to take a toll. We send our men and women to war. Do you think they come back the same? No. How can anybody be the same when they go to war, when they come back? So I understand what that guy was saying about boxing, but let's not make it sound like sacrifices aren't being made every day. Firemen give up their lives. Policemen give up their lives. And plenty of people give up their bodies and all kinds of limbs to do some of the things that they do every day. And they might love what they do, but it does take a beating and a toll on them. And boxing is one of them, man. That was just, wow. Man. Sad story. Let's see. Their lines improved. Okay, whatever. All right. Let's see. What do we have here on the text line? Nothing there. Let's see. What else do we have here to talk about? Oh, by the way, Sean, did you send a message to Omar? Okay. What happened to your boy Hardy at AEW? What's up with the Root Beer League and your boy Jeff Hardy? DUI 0.294 according to the FHP, the Florida Highway. Your boy Jeff Hardy blew a 294. In police documents obtained, officers say they pulled over Hardy after claiming he was driving a white Dodge Charger erratically in Volusia County highways. Police say they received 4 separate calls regarding the Charger's poor driving patterns. Cops say when they finally caught up to the vehicle, it was traveling significantly under the speed limit. Yeah, go slow. They won't bust me this way. Weaving across traveling lanes and running over the shoulder of the roadway. Cops say during the stop, the 44-year-old wrestler appeared to be in a stupor and confused. They arrested him on the scene. When they took him back to the station, 2 of his breath samples, 0.294 and 0.291. The legal limit is 0.08. How is he alive? How is he alive?
Oh, this is his 3rd DUI, man. They need to do something with him. He cleaned himself up and then he just falls back into it. They need to, I mean, first off, and
why is AEW employing the sumbitch?
Because he's a name. He's a name. That's the thing. The guy personally, I've said it on my show many times. He should be done. But he jumps off of ladders. This is what he does. He self-medicates wrong. Let me tell you that now, because he jumps off ladders and he's jumping off a ladder every damn week now, whereas WWE was able to manage it. That's why he wanted to leave WWE, so he could go and be himself. But now you see what the toll it takes. This is 3rd DUI. They need to do something. They need to lock him up for a little bit, let him get clean. Not saying it's going to help 100%. But somebody's got to do something because he's not doing it for himself.
Yeah, well, is that a guy that can live without wrestling? If you take wrestling away from him?
Probably not. They've been doing it since they were 17, 16. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They did it when they were 12 years old in the backyard in a trampoline. And then they actually got hired by WWE or looked at the age of 16. They couldn't hire him until they were 18.
Bro, 0.298, man.
Yeah.
That's loaded, dude.
Yep.
You're approaching 4 times. It's 3.5 times the legal limit.
And I'm sure there wasn't just alcohol in there as well, too.
Yeah, no, he's probably.
I'm just saying, because I know he self-medicates. That's the thing. That's his problem. And he had cleaned up, but now he's been doing it constantly over and over and over. And this is what happens.
Man. God. Oh, man. Woo! All right. When sports and business collide, ladies and gentlemen, we have something called the KSDT CPA Sports Business Report. Papa. You out. That's right. The NFL has agreed to a deal with Little Caesars, which now becomes the league's official Pizkers. That's right. Social media activations, new products, and promotions. Little Caesars' first campaign will be revealed ahead of the 2022 NFL season. The Detroit-based pizza brand will also gain exclusive marketing rights as it looks to leverage the NFL's significant domestic audience, as well as on-site activations at league events. No value or other terms have been made public regarding the partnership with Little Caesars. They take over from Pizza Hut in the category, and E&J Gallo recently signed a reported $30 million a year deal to become the league's official wine sponsor. Front Office Sports said the NFL is now on course to surpass $2 billion in sponsorship revenue for the first time, having topped $1.8 billion last year. We're thrilled to welcome Little Caesars to the NFL family, Chief Revenue Officer Renee Anderson said. With a focus on quality and convenience, Little Caesars offers unmatched value for our fans, and we look forward to working together to positively impact communities across the United States. I will say this. I like Little Caesars over Pizza Hut. How about you? Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? Which one would you rather have if you have to eat both and they give you a choice? Are you going Little Caesars or are you going Pizza Hut? Just the pizza. Yeah, me too.
Little Caesars. I don't like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, me too. I don't like their cheese. I'm not impressed with Pizza Hut's cheese. Kind of tastes odd.
The only thing I like at Pizza Hut is the pan pepperoni. That's it.
Okay. All right. But yeah. How about there on the chat board? Well over 200. Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? What say you on the chat board? Let me see what you all got out there. Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? Where are you going? All crazy bread all day. Yeah, but no, I'm just talking about the pizza. Straight up pizza, okay? I do love the crazy bread. It is good. But we go Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is a disaster. Pizza Hut lost it years ago. I agree. Little Caesars, none. No, you can't. Jessica, you can't say none. You gotta pick one. Jessica, you're starving. You got no food. They're gonna you're sitting there on the island with the volleyball. Okay, no Tom Hanks. But they offer you that they're going to deliver you a Pizza Hut or a Little Caesars. You got to take one. You're starving, Jessica. Which one? CRS Collectible says Pizza Hut pan only. Adam says Pizza Hut, especially their deep dish. Troy Ortiz, Pizza Hut. South Florida Don with the Hut. Wow, the Hut is making a comeback here. Duke with Caesars. Miguel with Caesars. Pat in Asheville. Little Caesars is awful. Pizza Hut is right next to them. Yuck. Little Skeezer. Pizza. I love it. All right, let's get into a little NFL and Dolphins talk with the one and only Omar Kelly and our EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. The Big O Radio Show is home for the hardcore Dolphins fan. That's why we give you Omar Kelly twice a week. Buckle up. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show.
Jessica says she'll eat sand instead. All right. So if you're stuck on an island, the NFL just cut a deal with Little Caesars to be their official pizza of the league. It used to be Pizza Hut. I personally think Pizza Hut lost its juice decades ago, by the way. I would take Little Caesars over Pizza Hut. You're stuck on an island. You can only have one of the two, Omar. Little Caesars or Pizza Hut? Which one?
I'm gonna go with Pizza Hut because I love the barbecue pizza that they have, barbecue pan pizza. But Little Caesars is fine. I'm not discriminatory on any pizza. Domino's, Little Caesars, Pizza Hut. If I had to do them in a draft, I would probably pick Pizza Hut number 1, and Papa John's number 2.
I like Papa John's.
Little Caesars, and then I would go with Domino's.
You know what I had in Flagler Beach was Marco's Pizza. I don't know if it's here yet, but it was actually.
I've heard about it. Is it good?
Yeah, it was good actually. I had a grilled chicken with some veggies on it, and it was actually good, man. I really enjoyed their pizza. Actually, it was good. But Pizza Hut, for me, the cheese tastes weird. So I that's the only one I really kind of discriminate against.
They have the best pan pizza. If you want to go flatbread, then you got to go Domino's. But ultimately, I'm still shopping for a good local pizza shop that makes.
Oh no, yeah, well that's where you're going to get the best pizzas, of course.
Yeah.
We come up with a ton of those kind of places. Yeah,
yeah.
That's usually where most of us. That's where we go for our real pizza, and then
if
the other one we settle for when we got a whole bunch of people over, and it's going to be a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mama Caruso's for me. I'm not a big Andiamo's fan, but if you know a good pizza spot in North Miami or North Miami Beach, hit me up.
No, Steve's Pizza, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm not a Steve's Pizza guy. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, not, and my wife is not as well. The Steve's Pizza down south is not the same as the Steve's Pizza. It's not. It doesn't taste the same. Like I will support the Steve's Pizza down south. Not
why? Oh, you're like the one on Biscayne, the original.
No, do not.
Wow.
I mean,
I haven't been there. I haven't been to that Steve's Pizza when I worked at WLQY and WKAT 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they were right there on Biscayne and 101 was on.
Everybody always says the same thing, Steve's Pizza. And I tried them when I first moved over here many years ago. Horrible. When my wife moved in with me, we were dating at that time. She was like, "Oh, I love Steve's from down south." Tried it. Horrible.
So she eats the one that's by my house on 100 off of 157th and Kendall
Correct.
Drive.
Yes. That
okay, because that's the one I eat that one all the time, and they do a terrific job, dude.
Yeah, I didn't like the. Maybe I caught them on 2 bad days, but you try something, and I don't like your style of pepperoni. I just don't.
Okay, all right. You know what? That's interesting. I wonder if something happened to the Steve's down south. I haven't eaten there in so freaking long.
Everybody swears by them. I don't mess with them.
No, I love the one right here by my house. Hell, it took me a couple years to realize that they were related to the other Steves.
Actually,
it's like, oh yeah, really? I didn't put one and one together. It took me like 5 years after I moved here to figure that out. My dumb ass took a while to figure that one out.
Best pizza in Miami, Big Cheese.
Oh yeah, and the garlic rolls. Oh God, yes, Big Cheese. I can eat Big Cheese pizza.
I'll make a trip down the Coral Gable just for Big Cheese. Drive
for sure. Yeah, definitely. Gary's a good friend of mine, the owner. So they're really good people there at the Big Cheese. All right, dude, it is now going up to 26 lawsuits now.
I told you my over/under is like 28. Listen, the lawyer is gonna continue to another one. And another one, and another one.
You know what I was thinking about, Omar? When people are assaulted, most of them, kids, men, women, whatever, everybody stays quiet. Most people don't go to the authorities. Most people don't tell their friends or family members because they're so embarrassed. They don't want to go through the embarrassment of talking about it, this and that. So it happens a lot that people are quiet in these kind of situations. And you wonder now that this lawsuit has lasted so long and that the women have stayed together and they even turned down 100,000. You wonder if some of these that are now coming forward are going to be some that are, I'm not telling you that everybody got assaulted, but somebody got assaulted here. I mean, it's just too many. But you just wonder, as more come forward, does anybody have any video? Does anybody have any pictures? Does anybody have any audio? And some of these people may have been afraid to come forward. And because of all of this, maybe they're building the courage to come forward too. This is a really delicate situation in all ways, because we don't know what's what here. You know what I mean? But we have to respect both sides because we just don't know exactly what the hell's going on.
I don't talk about it from that standpoint.
You can't. You can't.
No,
right? Because we don't know.
I have nothing to say.
Yeah. We don't know.
Only thing I ever say is the NFL will let a murderer play in their league. All you can't do is get caught hitting a woman on video. Everything else is probably pretty much fair game.
Well, unless they catch you on video killing somebody, then that could be a problem too.
Yeah. I mean, while you fight it though, you know.
Oh, by the way, Alexis Palenzuela on Twitter goes, Big O Show, don't listen to Omar and Steve's Pizza. I eat it there regularly by my house in Old Cutler Road. Oh, but bro, that's the Old Cutler Road is another Steve's Pizza. It's not the one he's talking. He's talking about the original Steve's Pizza
in North Miami.
The original, ladies and gentlemen, is on 125th and Biscayne Boulevard.
Yes.
Okay, that's the original Steve's Pizza. I want to say it's at least 40 years old, maybe more, something like that. Then the other ones have been added. The one by my house, the one down in Old Cutler, those are after. That's why I'm saying maybe ours are a little better than the one in North Miami. We need somebody to.
Everybody swears by Steve's Pizza.
I do. I love it, bro.
I've had them 3 times. Horrible experience all 3 times. Definitely don't like their pepperoni. It's not now. I can eat other things. I can eat sausage. I can eat bacon, whatnot. I'm just not a fan. Just not. So
I got you. But Alexis, that is, he's got. I've never eaten at that Steve's Pizza, by the way, the one in Old Cutler. Never eaten at that one.
I know that one too. That one's close. That was closer to my old house, my old life.
Okay. Yeah. I've never eaten at that one actually, so I don't know about that one. But yeah, that's crazy. All right. So yeah, this whole thing now, and what's the most screwed up part is the Browns are so in it. There's no way out for them.
They gave him a fully guaranteed contract with the money paid up front. They knew what they were getting in bed with, and so did 5 other NFL teams that were bidding on it. And so did the Dolphins, who wanted him to allegedly get the women to sign NDAs. They don't care.
No, I know that. No, I know the league doesn't care. That part, I mean, they've proven that over and over and over again.
Bro, elite quarterback, they would do it for an elite wide receiver. Elite quarterback, they look the other way, no question. That's just the nature of the NFL. Like, money, business over everything.
On the Dolphins side, what'd you think of Tyreek Hill's comments on his podcast?
Great. It's what you say when you got a new team and a new teammate, and you need to build that young man's confidence. You need to make your podcast popping. But
was it all for that, or is there any part of you that feels that he does believe it, what he's saying? Because some of it felt to me like he does believe.
He believes that Tua is accurate, and Tua is accurate. Tua, for a good stretch of the season last year, was the most accurate quarterback in the NFL for a large stretch.
Actually, the few deep balls that he can throw because he doesn't have time, he was one of the most accurate guys.
We're not even going to go there.
No, but
from an accuracy standpoint, Tua is an upper echelon quarterback. From a pocket presence standpoint, Tua is an upper echelon quarterback. Those are the 2 things that you cannot discredit him on, take away from him, knock him, talk bad about him. Accuracy and pocket presence, top 5 in the league. Nobody, not even debatable.
Yeah.
So
I think few people in the NFL would have the amount of sacks he had last year behind that line, because he was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the NFL behind the line.
It's not even worth debating. It's, if you want to debate it, you're dumb.
Right.
Like, keep it moving. Now, Tyreek is glorifying the good things that he is and the good things that he does. I can promise you right now, and no disrespect to Tuanon and all the Tua fans and Tua, loyalists, but Tyreek doesn't know Tua's warts. He doesn't know them yet. So, and it's really his job to mask Tua's warts, so he probably doesn't want to get to know them. So, but to compare him to Tyreek, one, he took a shot at Matt Moore. I didn't like that. Found it disrespectful as a Matt Moore fan. And Matt Moore deserves a lot more respect. If you give me the same teams and put exact same teams and put Matt Moore on the field versus Tua, I'm probably going to go with Matt Moore because I like the gunslinging approach. Matt Moore plays.
Yeah, and he would throw a boatload of interceptions.
Matt Moore either lost the fourth quarter game or he blew your team out. There was no in between. That was who Matt Moore was.
With that offensive line, Matt Moore would be dead in the water, and he would be turning over the ball left and right.
Yes, if the teams were equal. Now,
that's what counts.
You talking about last year's team?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Last year's team.
Last year's team, give me Tua.
Oh, okay. So then, under chaos, give me the real quarterback.
Give me this year's team. Give me this established team right now.
And Tua is going to be 100 times better.
We'll see. But there's no comparisons. Patrick Mahomes is the number one young quarterback in the league.
The only thing he compared Mahomes to was the accuracy. That's the only thing he compared. He didn't say anything else.
Give me Patrick Mahomes.
You really can't talk about the arm and the athleticism.
Right. Patrick Mahomes is the top 5 quarterback in accuracy. Okay. Tua is.
I think he will be, yeah. Ball placement, accuracy, all those kind of things. I think he's going to be. I think that's why I know he's going to be a hell of a quarterback. Because when you have accuracy, you have anticipation. You can move around because he can move around. He's not Tom Brady or Dan Marino or Drew Bledsoe or something. He's not a effing statue back there. He can move around.
He can move around. He has some athleticism.
Yeah, dude, he'll be fine. He's crafty. He's smart. He can read defenses. He has everything that you need to succeed, bro. He doesn't need to throw it out of the damn stadium. And that's just the damn misconception that we have here.
He doesn't need to throw it out of the damn stadium, but he does need to throw a 15-yard out with a little more velocity. Or you better take it out your playbook.
No, I mean you could,
or you could throw it sprinting to the side. You're throwing it to.
Well, a Fiedler throw, because that's what they would do with Fiedler. They'd roll him to the side that he was throwing out.
My prerequisite for an NFL quarterback has always been, can he throw a 50-yard out? That's the first thing I look for.
Well, because if he has blocking, he will be able to make that throw just a little better because he will have the anticipatory skills to do it.
Maybe. We'll see. Those are things we do not know.
Remember, maybe you say that. I say because I feel like I know, because
I watch him throwing lanes
lanes are incredibly important. I watch games, bro.
Yeah,
passing games are incredibly
important. I can watch you throwing out in practice and realize, not really a good pass for you.
But what you need is passing lanes, and he doesn't have any passing lanes with that offense. So now, hopefully with play design the right way, that's where this guy anticipates everything. What the quarterback needs in order to make a play, what the line must do in order for him to make the play, what the running back must do in order for him to make the play, and how the receivers are supposed to run the route in order for him to make a play. So that way everybody's on the same page.
Listen,
that did not exist last year. That's what I think you're going to see different here.
Tua has elite accuracy. He's got elite pocket presence. He's got an intangible. Those are all things that lead me to believe that you should be successful in the NFL, where I would like to see him step up, become a better leader. I'd like to see him step up, read and identify defenses a little bit better. I'd like to see him step up and add some velocity to his arm, not throwing it downfield in terms of the miles per hour where it gets there. That's it. Those are my only concerns, and I think they're fair, they're valid. They're what's going to prevent him from being a top 8 quarterback in the league. And if he's top 16, all right, we can work with it. Jimmy G's top 16. My baseline for Tua is, can he be Jimmy G? If he can be Jimmy G, if he can be Jimmy G, you'll be playing for Super Bowl. That's all you got to do. Be Jimmy G. You'll make $30 million a year.
He'll make the key throw. That's what also Jimmy.
I didn't say he couldn't make the key throw. Now, is he going to make a key throw all the time? Probably not. All the time. But not Aaron Rodgers doesn't make a key throw all the time.
Well, yeah, if he's on his ass,
he keep losing in the playoffs.
If he's on his ass, yeah, he's not going to make the throw. But if you give him time, just like Pat Mahomes, 2 years ago, he had no line and he was on his ass and he got booted right out of the playoffs and he couldn't go win another Super Bowl. And then they got him a line last year and he did a little better last year. If you give the kid a line, he'll make the throw. If you give Aaron Rodgers the line, he'll make the throw. But if those guys are pressured, that's usually when they don't make the throw. When Tom Brady lost his championship to the Giants, why did he lose the championship to the Giants? Because he was on his ass. It's pretty simple, dude. You know, it's really not, this game is not that hard to figure out. Give your effing quarterback some time to make a play, and if he knows how to make plays, he'll make plays. You know, Russell Wilson at times struggled in Seattle because once they lost Lynch, they didn't have that constant running game anymore. They didn't have consistency on the offensive line.
They didn't have a good line.
Yeah, and that guy constantly had to try to overcome. And he has a level of athleticism that our guy will never have. And I'll tell you that 10 times over because Russell Wilson is a freak of all freaks, and that's something that Tua does not possess. Very few people have what Russell Wilson possesses. To be able to have the athleticism to go along with the arm and the accuracy, that shit doesn't exist, dude. That's rare.
We'll
of
see. I like Russell Wilson. I'm very curious to see what happens in Denver.
I don't think they're that good anymore. That's the problem.
I think but if you got an elite quarterback, you should be good. You should have an elite quarterback and not be good.
I know, but the team that they had 2 and 3 years ago is better than this team now at this point in time.
You shouldn't have an elite quarterback and not be good. There's no excuse for that.
Oh no, they'll be good, but I don't know if they're Super Bowl caliber anymore now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know if that defense is that special anymore. It was special 3 years ago, bro. 3 years ago, it could shut people down. I mean, dude, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they won a championship with a guy that couldn't throw past 10 yards. I mean, literally, they carried. Peyton Manning is the worst quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Ever. The worst.
I don't know about all that.
Who else was worse?
Put him ahead of Nick Foles.
No, Nick Foles could actually throw the ball. No,
listen, we were at the end of his career.
I understand all of that, but he was all injured and all effed up that he couldn't throw the ball. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback.
Brock Osweiler.
He was just broken down. That's all.
And Brock Osweiler.
Brock went 5-1 in that stretch, and they pulled him after that. I don't know. At that moment, he actually played well for them that year.
Brock is trash.
He is trash, but he actually on that team. That's how good they were. He went 5-1. That's how good they were. That's what I'm telling you. I don't think Russell Wilson is getting that team anymore. I think a lot of people have that image that the Broncos are just a quarterback away. We're a few years removed from that now. That team's lost some talent now. They're not the same. They're not the same team. So he's going to have to be a little bit more of a magic man like he was in Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe Denver is nearly as good as they were in the past. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. What are you working on? By the way, Drew Rosenhaus was talking about how the Dallas Cowboys were already working out Connor Williams at center.
They tried him in training camp last year. From what I was told, it wasn't a good experiment, and they ditched it and kept him at guard. Like, they had to.
Well, they have a hell of a center too, so that's probably also why they did that. But that's actually that's good homework by the Dolphins that he was tried at center, and maybe it did better than
I don't think that was their original plan. I just think it was good thought process. It's about starting your best five, and
but it had to have been in their backup plans. Like, hey, this guy has center ability too. That had to have been has to be right. Has to be.
I don't.
It's like Cedric Wilson. I know he's a slot guy. I know he's a slot guy, but if something happens to Tyreek or to Waddle for a week or two, you can move Ced to the outside because he has that ability. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it doesn't matter whether you had the foresight or forethought, or you did it after the fact, or you did it by necessity. I don't care. It doesn't work. That's it for me. I've seen so many brilliant plans executed by the Dolphins, and then none of that shit works. But
you can say all you want. Okay, this entire offseason didn't make sense to you?
No, I love it.
You can't say football-wise. Most of the shit that they did was like, damn, dude, good move. Damn good. Yeah, this fits. This makes sense. A lot of the stuff this offseason, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about it. I get it. You're jaded. You get burned in the past.
Not jaded. Realist. Seen a lot of shit go down that did not work in 15 years. A lot of different head coaches, a lot of fan favorite head coaches, a lot of people who they want to crown before they even win a playoff game.
You still should compartmentalize and give these guys credit.
Show me. I'm from.
I get they got to show you, but you have to say you weren't sitting there this offseason.
I care about one thing. Listen, I care about one thing. One thing about this Dolphins team about Mike McDaniel. Can they effing run the ball?
Right, of course.
Start there. Start there.
We all know that.
One baby steps.
We all know you are 1,000% right, but
that's what your specialty. Whatever your specialty is, you better kick the door down with it.
I get it.
But the ball.
But this isn't like you. This isn't like you gave Mike Wallace a bunch of money. It isn't like you gave the Sutton guy from Green Bay with ankle problems.
Tyreek the most money in NFL history at the position.
Would you listen to me? But it's like you didn't sign players that were questionable. Like, why would you give this guy that money? Or this?
Mike Wallace was the best receiver in NFL when he got signed to
practically everything they did this offseason made sense.
Mike Wallace was the best player, best receiver in the NFL when he got signed 5 years, $60 million.
It was the dumbest contract, and I said the moment that they signed it was a stupid contract. He's not a number one receiver, was never a number one receiver, and I was dead ass right.
All right.
Okay, he was a number 3 on his best day. That's what he was. He wasn't ever good enough to be a 1 or 2. Ever.
Yeah. I got open door. I'll be right back.
Okay, but he benefited from being in Pittsburgh playing off of all those other guys. Like a lot of people benefit. You know what it happens to? It happens with Heat players all the time, too. Miami develops guys, and then they go out somewhere else and go have success. They have success here, but they go somewhere else and not have the kind of same success that they have here. So it's kind of the same thing in a way.
Yeah.
All right. What are you working on this Sun Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Couple columns, trying to figure out exactly what I want to write. So I don't.
I'll write the Matt Moore one because they might fire you from the Sentinel and the Gazette.
If I want to listen, the Matt Moore, that's disrespectful. Don't. We're not going to disrespect Matt Moore like that. No, like prop. Give Tua all the props that he want. He'll take 2 over 10 Matt Moores. Okay, all right, buddy.
All right, so when Tua balls out this year and throws for over 30,
I love Tua. I think he's going to ball out.
Ass.
Listen,
your defensive Matt Moore, you better put a force field around Tua for the rest of his life.
Is Tua top 16 quarterback in 2022?
He's top 12.
All right. That's all I want. Top 12.
He's going to be over 30 touchdowns. He'll be fine.
We'll see.
Don't worry about it. If they run and block, he'll be fine.
Proof has got to be in the pudding, brother.
I have zero doubt that young man's going to kick some serious ass if he has competence around him. And now, if he has a bunch of clowns like he had the last 2 years, then yeah, of course he's going to struggle and things are going to be bad for him. It's going to be that much harder for him. But if Mike McDaniel is what we think he is, I think Tua's going to be a freaking stud. I've said that. I think I've said that 100 times already on this show. Okay? Said it last year that you give him the right people and he'll be a star in this league. Hopefully, he's got the right people. We'll see. Follow him on Twitter at Omar Kelly and catch his work at the Sun Sentinel when he writes about Matt Moore. Anyway, we'll catch you later on in the week, my brother. I appreciate you. That is Omar Kelly.
You've been listening to the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Omar Kelly. For additions, home remodeling, or custom work, call Eric at 305-433-4843. EJDconstruction.com is the custom home builder and general contractor you can trust. 305-433-4843.
Tua is still a top 18 QB, even with garbage offense around him. He'll be fine, bro. I'm not worried about Tua. The last guy I'm worried about is Tua. Not worried about Tua whatsoever. He's going to ball freaking out. I can tell you that. What else do I have here on the show? As always, got a bunch of stuff. Did you guys see Kyrie Irving? Before we go to the top of the hour here, Kyrie Irving had another doozy for folks out there. And, you know, Kyrie is one of those guys that is a professional bonehead and says a lot of stupid things. So here's Kyrie Irving's latest tweet. I thought Mother Earth belonged to the people. Why am I paying to live here? Oh, let me guess, because that's how just things are. Like, what is wrong with that guy? Right? Like, what is wrong with Kyrie Irving? Were you able to see it? I don't know if you were able. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I lowered it. There we go. I mean, really, what is wrong with him? The earth is flat. He's surprised that he has to live here. And here's a guy that makes more money than all of us combined, and he's worried about having to pay to live here. How are roads going to be built there, Kyrie? How do you build schools? There's a part of me I don't want to make light of it. I just think he's a couple sandwiches short of a picnic. I think his elevator doesn't go to the top floor. I don't think both oars hit the water. I'm telling you. Something is wrong with that dude. What it is, I have no idea, but something is wrong with that dude. And how you would make an investment for him to represent your corporation, it's beyond me at this point. And after everything that's gone on, you have to, this is a guy that clearly does not understand what life is all about and responsibilities and how you have to live up to them and all of these things, because he ends up saying stupid stuff like this. Kyrie Irving. All right, let's switch gears. Let's get our number 4 going. George Richards and our Lenny Locksmith Lockdown segment. Let's talk a little Stanley Cup. It's coming up, baby. Wednesday, tomorrow night, it starts. And we'll talk a little Panthers, too, with the legend that is George Richards from Florida Hockey Now. Next.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
Time for the Lockdown segment with Florida Panthers insider George Richards. This lockdown is brought to you by A. Lenny Locksmith Services. Count on them 24 hours a day. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com. Here's FloridaHockeyNow.com insider George Richards.
Here he is, the man who is searching for Sam Bennett's jersey. That's him. Yes, sir. Have you found Sam Bennett's jersey yet? Huh? I can't hear you. You can't hear me? You got to check your mic. Mic. Turn it on. Turn it off. Uh-oh. He went blank. It's probably he's got his mic off, right? That's probably what it is. Here we go.
Okay.
How about there? Okay. No, wait a minute. I unmuted it. No, there we go. Don't touch it. I unmuted it. Okay, go ahead.
That's never happened before with us.
There you go. No, but that's the beauty of live radio now. People are entertained with the silliness. So have you found Sam Bennett's jersey? Is the question.
What a weird story, eh? So apparently this fan in Calgary is a big Sam Bennett fan, gets a jersey autographed by Sam. It's her prized possession, and a family friend, something, the way it reads to me, comes over to the house for a party or something and steals the jersey and then sells it at a bar. That night, goes to a bar in Calgary and sells the jersey. So,
how much did he sell it for?
Who knows? $100? I don't know.
God,
$200.
I mean, really?
$200?
So what? They invited a crack addict to the party? God bless, dude.
Listen, you can talk to Steve Gordon about this. Steve Gordon remembers this. We were in Edmonton one time, which is not far from Calgary. We were at a bar, and it was a blizzard coming, right? And I had I used to wear this leather coat. And we were at a pub, and I hung it up. And closing time comes, and the leather coat is gone. And the bouncer's like, "Oh, yeah, Joe took it." And I'm like, "Who's Joe?" And he goes, "Oh, he lives over down the street. He's having a party." So we walked in there looking for the check.
And did you find it?
Yeah. Alberta, man. Weird.
So wait a minute. So did he just take it accidentally, or was he?
He just took it. He took it. He just took it. He saw it. Hey, let's look nice. I'll take this. It's cold.
Isn't it kind of nasty? Like, don't you want to just grab some stranger's jacket? Like, that's nasty.
It was like a big coat though, and it was a blizzard outside. It was,
right. Oh well, yeah. I guess he was ill prepared on his way back to wherever he was.
Made me ill prepared.
Yeah. Oh wow, you must
walking the streets of Edmonton.
How many blocks did you have to walk freezing your ass off?
3 or 4. It was 3 or 4 blocks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Only Sean can put up with that. Yet we go to New York and it's like 20 something degrees. The wind is howling through the city, and Sean's outside taking pictures in a t-shirt, bro.
Yeah. My cousin's like that. Yeah. I'm taking him to Browns games and it's 20 degrees and he's wearing shorts. I'm like, you're just showing off because it's cold. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I'm freezing my ass off. I've got a couple of shirts, a thick-ass jacket, and here's Sean making me look like a total pussy, and he's hanging out with a T-shirt, just hanging out, walking through the streets like, hey, no, this is nothing. I'm like,
it's one thing to step outside of a restaurant or something and,
right.
have a smoke
my
or
man
something,
cruises, walks down the streets
crazy
like it's nothing. And I'm like, how are you not freezing your ass off, dude?
Different strokes.
That
brother.
is one tough hombre, bro. I got to tell you. All right.
What's up? What's going on?
The fan, by the way, I think the fan won. because the Avalanche and Tampa are the
Yeah.
best matchup that we can have.
Yeah.
The storylines are phenomenal with
Terrific.
Colorado's amazing season, and then obviously Tampa going for the three-peat, which is just an incredible story. And if they can three-peat against this Avalanche team, I get it, New Yorkers. I know we're the sixth borough down here in South Florida, I'm sure. And we've got a lot of listeners in the New York area because I see the numbers. Sorry about you guys. You're a young team. You'll be back. You're fantastic. Your goalie
The Rangers
played
are
well.
ahead of schedule. So.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they are loaded. They're fantastic. This was the best thing for hockey.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Rangers would have been a very interesting series. I was talking to someone last night about the Avalanche, and he was like, "This is one of the great teams we've ever seen." I'm like, "Let's wait a second there, Bubba. The Western Conference, we've talked about it here.
It's
very
terrible.
easy.
Yeah.
They got Nashville to open with. Then they got a pretty good St. Louis team, but not a great. That wasn't a special St. Louis team. And then they got Edmonton. So okay." They got to ease through it. They got to ease through the Western Conference playoffs, and now we'll see what they've got. I don't like their goaltending. I like everything else about them. I like everything else about the.
Would you
the
put this
Colorado
Avalanche
Avalanche.
team better than the one our boys lost to in the mid-90s, to Forsberg and those guys?
Such a different era. I mean, excuse me.
Okay.
Any team that gets to this level now is better than those teams. I mean, it's just like this Dolphin team might beat the '84 team. Even though they weren't really better, but
The skill
they might
set.
be.
I see
You know
what
what I
you're
mean? Yeah. So that Colorado team, in '96, that was their first year in Colorado. They came over from Quebec City. They were the Nordiques, and they win it in their first year in Denver. They added Patrick Waugh in goal. That was the turning point for them. This was a Quebec Nordique team that had been building and building and building, and then all came together in Colorado, to the chagrin of the Miami sports fan for sure. But this is a very good Colorado team. Are they as good as those teams? Time will tell. But they're another team. They've got like $20 million under the salary cap next year. They're fine. This team isn't going anywhere. This Colorado team's going to be good for a while.
Think about Canada, bro. The Nordiques and the Expos. Like they left when they were at their best.
Well, the Expos, the Expos were a shell of themselves. They struggled the first few years in Washington. They did.
No, but what I'm saying is but the shitstorm started before that. Is what I'm saying. They were amazing.
That's what allowed them to leave. Yeah, we only get
exactly.
Jeffrey Loria sacking 2 franchises.
Right, exactly. Because that Expos team should have
ruining
been
2 markets.
In '94. It should have been Yankees Expos in '94, and then after that team.
My Indians might have pulled it up in that one. They were a game out of first place in '94. The Indians could have challenged. Who knows?
Could have, but I still would have given
6 weeks left. But yes, you were right.
Those Yankees were loaded.
Best team in baseball in '94, but they didn't move for 10 years.
Yeah,
so,
man. What a shame,
they had
dude.
sold off everybody, and they
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
That strike lockout, whatever it was, I forget, ruined Montreal.
Right.
And that allowed Jeffrey Loria to swoop in and with no money and take over and do his thing. Yeah.
Yeah, do the scummy shit that he normally did and got away with it. All right. You had a story like everybody else. Panthers end up firing a couple of assistant coaches.
Yes.
We have not heard yet on Brunette. I kind of get the feeling that Brunette is simply a backup plan right now. Because
it's taken so long, right?
It's taken so long. It tells me you're trying to get the big fish. If you don't get the big fish, then hey, Andrew, we're going to give you a second shot at this. But if you get, the Barry Trotz or whoever else, see you, Andrew. And that coach will bring in his own staff anyway.
Right.
So, you kind of get the feeling that this is a wait and see for Brunette now. Is that the way you're reading it also? Because you're a hell of a lot closer than any of us.
I still think they're waiting. If Barry Trotz wants to come here, if they can get the Joel Quenneville thing cleared up. But what I also think that this shows is it might just be Andrew Brunette, because now you've got Ulf Samuelsson, Derek McKenzie. Just a few years ago was playing. This was a fairly inexperienced coaching staff, but it was an inexperienced coaching staff under Joel Quenneville. He could kind of guide them. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you had an inexperienced coaching staff under an inexperienced coach. Andrew Burnett had only been an assistant coach 1 year, I think, in Minnesota. His experience in Minnesota was as a player and as a front office guy. And now he's being thrown into the interim head coach, and with an assistant coach who 3 years ago was the team's captain. And Ulf Samuelsson had some coaching experience. Long story short, this seems like
you're describing Flo. You're describing Flo building an offensive staff for the Dolphins.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, with an inexperienced coach in Flo. So with Quenneville, it's okay to have that. You're going to teach these guys. You're going to guide them. Now Q's gone, and it's the kids are running the place. It's the substitute teacher, doing everything. So that said, from what this looks like to me, clearing the deck, bring in some experienced assistant coaches to work with Andrew Burnett. So, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Right.
A lot can happen.
Right. What's your gut tell you? Again, is it assistance to bring in Burnett?
Has no basis in anything, Quindle.
Okay. All right. So walk us through this, because obviously I think everybody would love to see Coach Q come back.
Not everybody.
Huh?
And that's the thing you got to go through.
Not everybody in that organization, really?
Not everybody because it's going to be a PR nightmare. And I think that they've got to work through all that. That's what I mean. Not because of Joel Quenneville, the coach. No.
Okay. So what do they have to clear up in order for Q to come back to the league? What's going on behind the scenes? Because I have no idea.
It has to be cleared through the National Hockey League. Commissioner Gary Bettman, when he was down here during the Capitals series, he said that if Joel Quenneville wants to be reinstated, he's got to go through him first. That was a month ago, 6 weeks, 5 weeks ago. He said that Joel had not spoken to him at that point. That may have happened. Listen, again, we talked about it last week. We don't know what happened in that meeting when the Florida Panthers flew up to New York to meet with Gary Bettman and the deputy commissioner. It was Joel Quenneville, it was Matthew Caldwell, and Bill Zito in that meeting. We don't know what was said. It was not an official kind of thing. All we know is Joel Quenneville came out of that meeting resigning as coach of the Panthers. We don't know did he really resign? Did he walk away from almost 4 years left on a contract that pays $6 million per year? I mean, he's got right now, if that contract is still intact, it's $18 million. He just walked away from that. So maybe there was a fine. Maybe the Panthers paid him half of it. I don't know. They won't talk about it. So we don't know. Is Joel Quenneville a free agent, or is he still under contract to the Florida Panthers? I don't know. Maybe the Florida Panthers still have his rights, even if that happened. We're going to have to wait and see. And the longer this goes on, we're just going to wait and see what happens with, where things fit. Does Barry Trotz want to come here? Now, there's a brewery in Winnipeg that's giving him free beer for life if he's, because he's from Winnipeg. Does he want to go there? I don't know. I don't want to live in Winnipeg in the wintertime. He probably doesn't either. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. But and again, it doesn't have any basis in anything. But I've been hearing for months that, don't sleep on Joel Quenneville, and it makes sense. I don't think he walked away from that kind of money, not for this transgression. Is he guilty of lying about not knowing, saying he didn't know about it? Yes. Should the Chicago Blackhawks have fired this video coach in 2010? Absolutely. Should have fired him right when you found out something went down. They didn't do that. And everybody else with the Blackhawks is out because of it. Joel Quenneville right now lied about not knowing about it, saying, I didn't know anything about it, never heard anything about it. That's nonsense. He did. Everybody on that team, when they came for training camp that next year, had heard about it. The kid was a pariah. He did know about it. And that's what he's guilty of right now. Again, the lie is always worse than the crime, right?
Right.
So.
Right. You're right. And listen, we saw with Mark Cuban and stuff that happened in his organization, and the NBA had to put him through the ringer for all of that.
And this
stuff
is a Panther team that doesn't really care about the national They know they're going to take a hit. If they were to bring back Joel Quenneville, they would take a PR hit. I don't know that they care that much. I think they care more what local fans are going to say about it. Don't forget, this is, an owner, Vinny Viola. He joined he was going to be part of Donald Trump's cabinet in 2016. He doesn't care about PR. He's going to do what he thinks is best for this organization. And if that's bringing back Joel Quenneville with the blessing of the National Hockey League, if the NHL says Joel Quenneville can coach, why shouldn't he coach here?
Yeah. But by the way, didn't he eventually back out of that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So I think he was worried a little bit about the PR.
Oh, it was there was a whole bunch of stuff with that, but it wasn't. No, he was ready to do it. He was going to be the Secretary of the Army, and it became background checks and all that stuff. And somebody there, I don't even remember the details, but they were like something about owning the Panthers was a problem. I mean, the guy owned an airline that deported people, but that didn't matter. But owning a hockey team in Florida did. It was just a whole.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Well, did anything then?
Yeah. No. That's crazy stuff. All right. So
anyway,
does Quenneville have to go through some kind of counseling or something for the commit, or we just don't know what the hell has to happen?
I'm sure that's already been done. I'm sure there's already been. There's going to be, wherever he ends up, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else, there will be guaranteed. Joel Quenneville went to the X, Y, and Z Center in Skokie, Illinois.
So wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Went through 6 weeks of,
So wait a minute. Hold on a second. You're on to something here. So then the Panthers, you cannot give up the rights because you were forced to fire the guy, basically.
Right.
So you got to hang on to those rights. So just in case he can come back, if anybody else wants him, you got to compensate us in order to either
if he's still under contract. If he resigned and the Panthers they walked away, then he's a free agent. They don't do that anymore. The whole draft pick thing. They don't do that anymore.
Okay. All right.
But if he's under contract to the Panthers and he's allowed back, but the Panthers don't want him, then you got to cut him loose, whatever it is. But I would think that if he's cleared by the NHL to coach, the Panthers are going to want him to be their coach.
I would hire him. Coach.
They paid him.
Yeah, I don't mind. Bring him back, bro. But okay, one more thing before I let you go. I'm going to ask you every week, any disgruntled stars out there, has anything developed in the world of the NHL that the Panthers could go after to add a certain piece by trading pieces?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we talked about Evander Kane. His season is over. He's a free agent now in Edmonton. I know the Panthers kicked the tires on him when he was cut loose from the San Jose Sharks. You can Google Evander Kane, you'll see a bunch of stuff going on. But he is definitely a skilled player, a big physical guy. You probably could get him on the cheap because his reputation still precedes him. But I don't know if you want to do that. Again, right now the Panthers are $4 million under the salary cap. They don't, they're with works. They got some trades in the works. Claude Giroux, they're still wanting to bring back. They can't do that under the current constraints of the salary cap. So, there are a lot of dominoes that have to fall here. And a lot of that won't happen until the draft comes, and that's July 7th. So,
Giroux and who's this other guy that could
and Sherratt.
Could that
defenseman?
If they both leave after you made moves for them, does that backfire on Zito?
No, because that's how hockey works. Those guys, you look at them as rentals, right? Unless there was a deal made, and I could see that in Sherratt in Giroux's case. The Panthers were negotiating against themselves and still gave up a first-round pick, still gave up a top prospect in Owen Tippett, which they were happy to do. Owen Tippett needs a fresh start somewhere. He'll be better in Philly than he would be here. But to give up that first-round pick, when you're the only team he would come to, I think there was probably some kind of a wink-wink handshake deal that he's coming back here. Because you were able to talk to him for a while because he made it clear he was only coming to Florida. So if there was any kind of a backdoor deal made, they were able to do it.
I hope so, man. It would
But
be
for
nice.
Sherratt, the defenseman, that was a straight up hockey deal. And you're bringing in a guy like that, a 30-year-old defenseman. This will be his last big contract. Florida doesn't have the money to do it. If something can be worked out with him looking forward down the road, maybe you bring him back. But I don't know how it works. Right now, it doesn't work at all. If you're able to make some other moves, perhaps.
Open up space. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
You really need to open up some space.
All right. What are you working on at Florida Hockey now? So folks can subscribe, by the way. Pennies.
And thank you guys for all the subscribe. Yeah, this has been a very good month, even though it's been the off season. Subscriptions and readership have been very, very strong, and we appreciate that. Thank you. What I'm working on right now, we're looking through the roster. Obviously, I'm making some phone calls. We're checking out what's going here and there with the Panthers. But we're working our way down. Again, I said the draft is where all the trades come down, and then you've got free agency. July 13th it starts. So we're looking at the future of some Panthers. We started last week with Mason Marchment. He's an unrestricted free agent. How do you bring him back? I don't know that you can. You can't right now. Maybe you can down the road. So that kind of thing. Tomorrow we're going to have what's up with Maxim Mammon, guy that came in from left the Panthers in 2017 when they tried to send him to the minors, went back home to Russia, played in the KHL. Returned to the Panthers this year, had a really good year, 40 games, was kind of in contractual limbo. But remember, at the trade deadline, the Panthers needed to have some flexibility.
Yeah.
They could have sent him to anyway. He ended up playing 40 games, 7 goals, 14 points. So we're looking at what's it going to take to bring him back. And he may not want to come back. I mean, he may see another team, Philadelphia, let's just throw out there. Yeah, or maybe he could be a top 6 guy, maybe, get better minutes somewhere other than Florida. So we'll have to see.
All right. Put you on the spot. Prediction, Cup, who wins it? How many games?
Yeah, I think this is the end of the road for Tampa Bay. I just think they've just played too much hockey. Playing in Colorado is tough, man.
Is Point coming back for this?
Who?
Is Point? Is he coming back?
Yeah, I think Point will play in this. He's been practicing a lot. He's been part of the warm-ups and all that stuff. So I would think with this last couple break between Game 6 and Game 1 tomorrow, I would think Braden Point, if not in Games 1 or 2 in Colorado, maybe you bring him back 3 and 4 in Tampa. But I listen, they still got this Tampa team is loaded. They're tough to beat at home. They're very tough to beat in Tampa. But Colorado is a very tough place. This team comes at you in swarms. If Tampa Bay sells out and does what it did against the Panthers, they're going to be their shot.
I am going to, in the offseason, I will kidnap Barkov and I will kidnap Stamkos. And I'm going to take him to Dr. Frankenstein's lair. And I'm going to put those silver caps on each of them. And I'm going to have the spirit of Stamkos go into Barkov. And then that's it. It's over.
No, there you go.
And
good luck.
I've solved the problem. I just want you to know that. Florida Hockey Now is where you need to subscribe, not to Dr. Frankenstein, to Florida Hockey Now. Subscribe and follow him on Twitter at George Richards, of course. And if you can, never steal his jacket, please. Okay?
Please.
Leave his jacket alone.
Please.
All right?
Please.
George, much love. We'll catch up next week, my friend. Thank you for the news.
All right, my man. Be good, brother.
You got it. There it is, baby. The lockdown segment. Boom.
This has been the Florida Panthers Lockdown segment, brought to you by A. Lenny Locksmith Services. Count on them 24 hours a day. Call 855-869-5625 or go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
All right. Pablo goes, dude, what happened to Omar? He used to be my favorite sports writer. What's wrong? He's jaded. He's been hurt from all this bad football he's covered. All right. We got to thank Anthony Chang, Manny Navarro, Omar Kelly, and, of course, the great George Richards. Sean Stanley mastering this program like he does every single day here on the show. We will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you all out there For those of you that sent in a text, don't forget to also subscribe and hit the like button while you're watching. Also subscribe to our second YouTube channel, Big O Show Cuts. Look it up, Big O Show Cuts. Please subscribe. Help us get to 1,000 there. Thanks to all of you. Stephen D. Felippis, by the way, thank you, sir, for your donation on Cash App. And you can always make a donation to help us grow at Cash App or Venmo. Thank you all out there. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.